Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 140, Sticks Gaming Podcast. It's a round number.
Woo!
This is our third one we've done this year.
We're still doing this?
We are still doing this when we're all in town and not, part of the pandemic problem right now. So here we are again, trying to get back on the horse.
Oh, that's right. You had an illness.
I did. I had the illness.
Forgot about that.
That has hit us all.
Yeah, I was like, it is now officially affected all.
Now
of
we're
us.
all immune.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm a superhero. I don't do shit. I don't worry about anything anymore. Or the.
I do what I want.
Yeah. COVID's gone, and here comes a comet. But yeah, so episode 140, we had to get together for this the E3 void, I think,
E3, the not E3.
Yeah,
E3?
the not E3 key 3, if you want to call it that. Whatever this new time frame is. I felt like. Honestly, I was watching Easy Allies, and they were doing their bets and stuff like that, which are always hilarious.
Oh yeah, those are great,
and they're so good. And it was like, man, I miss doing our predictions because but honestly, I don't know how we would have done it anyway.
I was thinking about that. After the last time we did this, I was like, oh, that time of the year's coming up. I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck we do this.
Because Summer Game Fest is always just it goes in all different directions. So
for months.
So that's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Even their main event, though, as we'll get into, it's always all over the place. So it's that's very hard to predict. Honestly, the only thing we could have done predictions for was probably Xbox. That was probably the only thing we really, because we know they're doing their traditional of what they've been doing the last couple years.
That felt like the most E3 thing out of all of these. Even Keeley stuff always kind of feels like it's his own little thing.
Yeah.
It's always good. It's always good, but it always feels like it's his own thing. And the state of play, which was, spoiler alert, I was, when we were talking on Twitter before the state of play, I was just like, I will not let my heart be hurt again by another state of play just because in the E3 void. And I was wrong. I thought it was pretty good, but we'll get into that in a minute.
I thought you were saying, I was wrong. I got my heart hurt again.
No. I came in with no expectation whatsoever. I had a pretty good time with it. But yeah, so we're gonna basically be focusing on all those showcases. I still think we're still gonna talk about what we're playing. This is all the news.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we are. You have to prepare for what you're playing. It's what you're playing.
Dude,
it's what you're doing right now.
It's been 2 months.
I don't. I think I might be able to tell you everything I've played in the last 2 months because I have been on an arch roll here recently. I'm like, it's not that much. It's been a lot of one thing.
I'm thinking.
You got time to think.
You got time.
You got time to think.
I got a few things.
Because right now,
you got time.
Stake what you're playing.
All right. So I did prepare for this just in case.
See, he does his fucking homework.
Just in case. I wasn't sure.
Dude.
When I texted you earlier, I wasn't sure if we were going to do that or not, this or not. So I was like, well, I'm going to mark it down just in case.
To be fair to Art, I did say, let's just do the showcases.
Yeah.
You did say that, but did you know me in grade school and high school? Do you know my record with doing homework?
You've got to add college as well into that.
The last run through college is pretty good.
the traditional college years, not so much.
Yeah.
But the later college years,
I killed it in my 30s.
It only took how many years?
They're called doctors.
Give or take 18.
That's fine.
I wasn't that far behind you.
That's all right.
My whirlwind tour of Midwest colleges.
Yeah. How many were you forcibly removed from?
None.
Okay.
I forcibly had never mind. Let's just carry on. We don't need to rehash things from 20 years ago. I still pay that bill every month for that mistake. Let's just
yeah.
All right, so I wrapped up Lost Judgment. Very much enjoyed the rest of that. I think I finished it with 20% complete.
Oh my god!
And it was still 35 hours. It was I didn't do any of the story, which I hear is some of the best stuff is the school missions. I hear is incredible. I barely touched any of those because I was just to the point where I'm like, all right, I got to get through. I want to get through this main story, and then also I've just been waiting for the DLC to go on sale so I can do the Kaido files, which I hear is awesome.
All right, I got Lost Judgment questions for you.
Yeah,
because I've been eyeballing it myself.
Yes.
I never played the first one. Okay. I gave it I think it was one of those things where I think I gave it an hour and then I got distracted and I just didn't go back to it. I didn't dislike it or anything.
Yeah.
But we all talk about how much we all love Like a Dragon. So as a Like a Dragon fan, because I know they're back at that same town. I should go back and play this game. Should I play the first one? How imperative is the first one to play the second one?
No, there's stuff that pops up. from here and there that it's like, oh, if you play the first one, like it's like all right, I remember this. Like they even do like a quick little flashback sometimes with some of these characters.
Okay.
Like not like in depth. Like it'll just show it'll do like that fuzzy screenshot like from the first game. Basically like, oh, this guy, blah blah blah, and then like it's like a 2-sentence thing.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like it's like, hey, you know, like Yagami already knows this guy. Like this is why he's talking so formal, because he already knows this guy.
Okay.
So so it's like not like, oh, this guy, like he's just talking normal to this guy out of nowhere. Like, so it's just like kind of makes a little more sense of it.
Okay.
So there are some stuff like that here and there where like that would help.
Okay.
But it's not a big deal. Like I said, it's kind of like its own thing too. Like kind of like any of the other like Yakuzas, where it's like even through like the main Yakuza series, like 0 through 6, where like if you jump into any of those, you'd be fine. Like there's stuff that would be helpful and things like that, but you'll be okay.
Okay.
Like I mean, I think you would be all right.
Okay.
Honestly. But like I said, I did enjoy it. I do feel like the story was a little bit better in the first one. But like I said, I heard the side missions kind of made up for that in this one, which I just didn't get to. Because there's just so much, I had so much to play, and it was one of those where it's like, I knew I was near the end. I'm like, I need to just sit down and just finish this. Then after that, actually, I think if I remember correctly, the day after I finished that, Trek to Yomi came out.
Oh yeah.
I haven't played much of it. I did play a little bit when it first came out. That's something I definitely need to go back to. It is very cool. A little difficult, but it's more just a learning curve kind of thing. Not difficult to like Soul's difficult. It's just, I think it was just more like the learning curve. But very, very cool. The music's great. The presentation's fantastic. Yeah, I need to get back to that.
Very cool.
Then after that, I jumped into Ueden Chronicle Rising. So this is this was on Kickstarter. This is like a prequel. This was a stretch goal from Kickstarter from the creator of Suikoden.
Oh, okay.
Their new game.
I was like, you're making shit up.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
I have never heard of that thing in my life.
Yeah. So Ueden Chronicle, I forget the title of that one, but that one's gonna be kind of like the more traditional RPG. This one was more of like a side scroll or hack and slash kind of thing. And it wasn't anything like crazy, but I am so into this world. Like this game made me into this world that I'm super pumped for that JRPG now. Like I put like 30 hours into this. like you could have finished it in like 12, but I was doing like all the side shit. So like, cause I was like really enjoying the world.
Very cool.
And it was one of those where it wasn't super difficult. So it was one of those where it was just very laid back, like kind of like, I could just chill here, do these side quests, and then go on and do this. Like, so that was kind of nice about that. Then I jumped back into some old games. So on Twitter, I just remember on Twitter, everyone for some reason just started talking about Final Fantasy 13 and like the whole battle again of if it was great or not kind of thing came up. And I'm like, you know what? I remember they did, they added that 4K patch.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice, everything. I'm like, let me load this back in. So I was 45 minutes into my game when I loaded it up. I am now 22 hours into Final Fantasy 13. I totally got soaked in it again into the world. It's great. It's fantastic still. And you can, I cannot believe that was a PS3 360 era game. Like it looks just incredible on the Series X.
It is really remarkable. I mean, it's I think we're going to talk a lot about Xbox here later on today, but like still like their services and like that kind of stuff is still unrivaled.
Yeah.
From anything that any other company does. No one goes back and makes those kind of games look better and feel better and run better. Like no one does that.
Yeah. As a backwards compatible game, like not re-releasing it as a
right.
something like that. Exactly. Like it's just absolutely stunning, and it's just like it was so good. So then Ninja Gaiden, the Master Collection got added to Game Pass, so of course I had to download those. Started playing some Sigma again. Oh, I love it and hate it all at the same time. Still, those games are still great. But like I said, I hate them.
I played the demo of Black.
Okay.
A lot.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually ever played the actual game.
Oh man.
But I played that demo on my PlayStation 3 a lot.
It's so they are really good.
Yeah.
I mean they're hard, but when you can get into it, it's so good. Speaking of going back to old stuff again, Assassin's Creed Origins, they released the 60 FPS patch. So I was like, well, let me check this out again. Yeah, so I was like 20 hours in and I haven't touched it in 3 years. I am now 35 hours in, and
I was about to give you shit, but like we haven't done this in a while. So like, yeah, you got that's not, it's not like I'm trying to figure out how you find like 35 hours and 25 hours in a couple of weeks. We haven't done this like 2 months.
Yeah,
so
it's yeah, and again, I got sucked in. Like again, I was like, man. This is what I forgot. This is what I love about Assassin's Creed. I'm like, yeah, like Origins I was so into because, I love the whole Egyptian history and stuff. And then where I left off, I'm like, oh my God, why did I stop playing here? Like it got so much more into that
Something
lore.
else came along.
And I'm like, of course, as always. But I'm like, it got so much more into the lore of like right where I picked up. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is so good. And it drew me right back in. So I've been loving that. And the 4K 60 is just incredible. Again, that game looks gorgeous still on the Series X. And then last but not least, Diablo Immortal on mobile. I've been playing that a little bit here and there. I was playing a lot more when it first came out. Every day I at least log in, get my login stuff, and get my first kill stuff of the day, because each day you get a daily rewards, and then you also get a first kill reward. Okay. So I make sure I at least do that every day. And I did pick up one of those Razer Kishis. For it, because it was I had a whole bunch of reward points for Best Buy, so I was like, and it was like $45. I think it was on sale for, so I was like, why not? Let's grab one, because I knew it supported it, and there's other games I've always wanted to have it for, and it's super nice with that.
I can say
it's so nice.
So you got this S22 Mega Ultra,
and
it
barely fits. It's snug.
Yeah, I did the same thing. They had one at Amazon. They had on sale for like $45, and same thing. It would be basically free. And then like I read a lot of like the reviews would be like, this probably isn't gonna work for this. And then some people like, I got it, but it's like like I be too, man.
I feel
you're a braver man than I am.
I know exactly how to put it in now. So because at first I'm like, okay, how do I get this to fit? Like I'm kind of struggling here. But I mean, obviously you have to have no case on it. It's gotta be bare phone. Like that's the only way it's gonna fit. But like I figured out the best way to like how to do it. So it's like, okay, but then once it's on, it's like, all right, like it's on. It's just like be careful. Like
it's on, and that's part of your phone now.
yeah.
It is now one phone.
Right. But once it's on, it is very snug, but it's fine. Like, and then even like when I go to take it off, I don't feel like I'm going to scratch it or anything like that.
Most expensive game console you bought.
Yeah.
It's like Power Ranger Zords getting put together. Like, and you've now made the Megazord of your phone because
right. Exactly. But then I actually, because I bought it way back in the day, Grand Theft Auto 3 on Android. So I'm like, and I saw that it supported it. So I was like, all right. So I downloaded it. Man, it is so nice. Like, it's actually really nice with that Kishi. Like, that controller is it's awesome. Mm-hmm. It feels really good. So and I bought the Xbox version of it. So
I was gonna say, like, they have one that's basically just an Xbox controller.
Exactly. So I was like, well, I'm gonna buy this because I'm like, you know what? Because even besides this, cloud. I mean, xCloud, like obviously, and I'm gonna I've been jumping into that a little bit more here and there, like that Uden Chronicles, like being that like the side scrolling like hack and slash. Oh my God, there were so many times the kid be watching something on the TV. I'm like, I'm just gonna load up and do a couple of quests here, like on my phone, because for something like that, it's like I don't need, and it's like that nice like 2D art style anyway. So it's like I didn't need like the nice graphics.
Yeah,
right. So it's like stuff like that. I have no problems jumping on the phone, but no, Diablo Immortal is great. I'm super enjoying it. It's Diablo. I mean, it plays like Diablo. It feels like Diablo. I haven't gone to the end game stuff, like obviously because I'm still pretty early in. That's where I hear like the pay to win stuff really comes into play, where you're paying a lot of money for shit. Like if you want to like get better and stuff like that. But at the same time, like there's plenty of people who don't, and like it's a grind. But it is what it's a free to play game. What do you expect?
Yeah, right.
Well, and it's a PvE game, right? You're not playing against other people.
There are PvP parts in the end game.
Okay.
There are stuff where you can, but you don't have to do that.
Right.
Like you can still keep doing the PvE where you're doing like the and like teaming up and doing like all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where but you don't. But there are PvP parts, but you don't have to do that stuff. Like that's the thing. Like you don't have to.
Yeah, and so like you said, free to play. What do you expect? But also like, if it's PvE and you're doing pay to win shit, who cares? Who's it hurting? I mean, yeah, I guess it sucks, but if you can play the game and get there eventually, who's being hurt there? I understand more in a PvP environment where if you're paying to win, that's a problem.
Right.
But
right.
If it's a free to play game, they're gonna get their money out of you somehow, whether it's ads or it's microtransactions or it's cosmetics, whatever it is. I mean, nothing's free.
Well, I think it's Diablo. Like so, like to get like I mean, it's not a full-fledged game, but still. This is still would be like retail, probably like at least from the little bit I've played, like the amount of content so far, I would say this would be probably like a $30 to $40 like retail game. So you got to kind of figure that to begin with. Like, okay, like for me, like I did spend I spent $2 so far. I know.
You're the problem.
There were
spending.
There were 2 99-cent like beginner pack, like it was a cosmetic thing, and then like something else where it gave me some like upgrades, like some like the stuff I used to like upgrade stuff. But that's the thing, like honestly, and it was the only reason I did those. It was like because like it was early on, like normally it's $5, so it's $1. I'm like, okay, I'll grab these 2 things, like, and I'm like, oh, that's actually really, my character looks badass now. I actually kind of really like this, so it's cool. Like I felt like it's like, but again, well, and also too, I had Google credit from doing like that, the reward stuff. So I'm so it wasn't like I didn't actually spend my money. I spent like $2 on my Google credit I get for taking surveys. So like, but it's like, but again, will I spend more money? Probably not. Like this was like it was just early game stuff. It was cool, but
even if like you're a Diablo fan, so like you know what the difference is, like you know what a good Diablo game feels like, and this feels like that, right?
Absolutely.
So like I think if this was a console game that ended up being like $35, you wouldn't be. I don't think you would bat an eye at it, right?
No.
I think that justifies anything you want.
It wasn't a full-fledged game. You're paying money for that. Like I mean, you know what I mean? Like it would be the opposite. Like it would like how people
I think
would be complaining.
that is a fan base that they can't satisfy pretty much no matter what they do. Like I even feel like I mean I don't know if we're gonna talk about it now, but we are because it came out of Microsoft.
Yeah.
So like the Diablo 4 stuff, it was just like people were like kind of it wasn't enough. Like they talked for like 8 fucking minutes or what the hell it was. And it still wasn't right.
When we get there. I got a lot to say. Good, positive stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Positive stuff. But I mean, it's just again, it's just like there's just certain fan like there's just certain fan bases that are just like the Blizzard.
I was just gonna say Blizzard brings out the best, I guess, in those people,
quote unquote.
Well, I mean, like conversely, I guess, kind of skewing to those people complaining like they're used to having a whole like 4-day event based around their game.
Sure.
So,
I guess when they hit, you're all pissed.
Yeah. I mean, that seems a very fickle.
Is this an April Fool's joke?
I know when you can leave.
Don't you have phones?
And everyone seems to be liking it. Honestly, like
the majority of people are thoroughly enjoying it.
That's
It's just the small loud Twitter crowd that
and there's no doubt in my mind that April Fool's joke motherfucker's playing this game right now.
Oh, so and he probably already spent like at least $100.
So,
I guarantee you.
Whatever.
Yeah, what's his Blizzard? What's his account?
Go right.
Let everyone know.
Let the world know to shut the fuck up. Anyway,
don't do that.
That's it.
That I remember.
That's fair.
There might be more.
That's fair. That's fair. Art, what you been playing that you remember?
Well, I don't remember a lot, so I went back to my Xbox and PlayStation
there you
go.
To
look at
that's a smart way to do it.
Trophies and achievements that recently popped. Like the Xbox app lets you sort games by recently played, so that helps a lot.
It's nice.
I can scroll past the Lego games my kids been playing.
I said, speaking of like listing things, I highly recommend anytime you're in like in a store for like like the Microsoft store or PlayStation 5 store, sort by most downloaded and just look at how miserable everyone is as human beings. When like how is this more downloaded? Is this like how is Hente versus Evil downloaded more than like Red Dead Redemption Ultimate Edition? Like how is this happening?
Is one of them free?
No, it's not even free.
Oh,
Hente versus Evil I think it's like $3.
I'm standing by my point.
But no, agree. Like that's crazy.
Is it an easy platinum?
I don't know. I didn't do any. I did not Google Hente vs. Evil just to find out anything about it. I just saw it on the PlayStation Store and I grinned and shook my head and then kept going.
Okay, what I've been playing for the past 2 years since we last did this. So let's see. Did I talk about WWE last time we did this?
No, because we talked you into it last time we did this.
Yeah. So I bought that, played that a bunch for a few weeks. Haven't played it recently. It's a good game. I enjoyed it while I was playing it. I think they can do more when you first boot it up to kind of walk you through the menus and show you what's there.
100%.
Because I think I was texting you guys and like I said like I haven't even figured out. I just figured out yesterday how to pick someone up off the ground by their hair. And it takes like there's a training mode you can go into. Didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Didn't know that at all. And then they have all their different game modes and was kind of left to figure out on my own what each one was. And I poured a bunch of time into one of the game modes, which I wish I would have spent more time playing a different game mode. Like, I played the one where you pick, like, one wrestler on the roster, and you go through and you play, and they, like, put you through Raws and SmackDowns.
Oh, Universe, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then they put you in title matches and crap like that. And, the gameplay's fine. Some of the AI in there is questionable.
Dude, okay. Universe mode is very broken. Continue about your thoughts. I'm going to talk about WWE as well because I played a lot of it.
Well, like in that universe mode, like I picked NWO Scott Hall. So they list like here's their rivals, here's their faction mates, allies, whatever the hell you want to call them, and it goes through like that, and like I see like they have other matches like on the card where they have 6 fighting Eric Bischoff, who are both NWO allies, and it's really confusing. And I played through and
not 6. X-Pac and Eric Bischoff would be on the same team. 6 is the other. X-Pac's his other.
No, it was 6.
Oh, that makes no sense then.
Yeah, no, it wasn't X-Pac. I would have got that because completely different people. But like I played through on that, and I played for a while. I like won the SmackDown belt. I won both tag team belts. I won the one on my show with I'm pretty sure Kevin Nash, my partner, which normal, fine. They were an actual tag team. And then somehow I think I requested a title match, which you can do in there, and they gave me a match for the Ross titles with Riddle as my partner.
Huh.
Yeah.
Which there's no kind of like build up or lead up to that or anything. Yeah, they just gave me this teammate and won those belts and never defended them because I wasn't on Raw.
Yeah, I tried doing that. That was one of the first things I tried too, and I had the same fight every week. I kept fighting the same. I was Johnny Gargano, and it was me and Austin Theory against Fandango and Tyler Breeze, like over and over and over and over and over and over. I had the same fight like 6 times. I would start the match.
So it was
go
Cody versus Seth freaking Rollins.
They only fought 3 times.
I got out of the. I got to like my 5th or 6th time. I would get outside. I just got a kendo stick and I would just get DQ because I don't want to fight this thing again. And then it would keep going. Then I was like, all right, I want to break up with my partner, so I break up with Austin Theory. And next week we're in a tag team thing. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm done with this.
The one thing I did appreciate was. So I won the SmackDown title, whatever, the Universal Championship, what the hell they call it.
Yeah.
And the next match, I'm like, let's see how good this game is at tracking shit. So I go outside the ring, pull out a chair, crack him in the skull, I get DQ'd. I did keep the belt.
All right.
But then
champion forever.
But then I think like the game, like there was like a critique in there, like, you lost a match. Yeah, but I kept the fucking belt.
Yeah, right.
I kept the belt and I'm a heel. I did exactly what I was supposed to do.
I'm getting everyone getting ready for the pay-per-view. Like, I'm helping everybody out here.
I don't know. It was one of the first couple matches in that universe mode, but they put you in the Money in the Bank match. Oh my god, that took a fucking hour at least.
Yes.
It's one of those things like everyone in the match gets beat down so much by the end that like you go into stun mode. And, the more it happens, the longer you stay stunned. I think at one point I got stunned, like rolled out of the ring. Like I got up, went to the bathroom, went to the kitchen and, grabbed a snack or some water, came back and my guy was just getting ready to get up and the match was still going on. But that's a rough thing to throw someone in like the second or third match in that game.
I had the same thing, but on my rise where I got thrown into one like really early. I'm like, this is never going to end.
Yeah, it's rough. And my Rise is the story mode one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started doing that. Once I started poking around more at the different game modes, because I'm like, this isn't what I want. This is pretty. It puts you through the shows and the calendar, but it's pretty vanilla. The first thing I did before I played any actual matches was I did the My GM mode.
Yes.
Which is interesting.
It's almost there.
Yeah.
Like it got an update, because originally it was just singles matches. You can have tag team matches, but there's no tag team champions. So you used to just have singles matches, and then they changed. They added something else to it as well that would make it like they used to have one less match per show. So it was really condensed. So it was really hard to like keep that many things going and be interesting.
The weekly shows were like 3 matches. Your pay-per-views were 4 matches. I think WrestleMania gave you 5 matches.
Yeah, that was not enough for all that.
Yeah, especially with like the amount of the roster you have, and you have people getting pissed off because they're not in shows. But the way you increase your numbers is by just keep doing the rivalry stuff over and over to, I guess, get more fans. It was good compared to nothing last year. I still felt it was lacking a lot. Like you can't do like triple threat.
Yep.
The match variety is lacking.
Yeah.
Like you can do like Hell in a Cell, No Holds Barred,
Tables,
TLC. Like, and that's it for the special matches. Like you can't even do like a vanilla triple threat match, or like Fatal 4-Way or anything like that. You can't do like a tag team triple threat. Like you said, there's no belt. You have a top champion and a women's champion. I think that's about it.
Yeah. Well, you have tag team champions now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Well, when I played, they didn't. But like, I don't even think they have like the United States title or Intercontinental or 24/7 championship, any stuff like that. So it's like you said, it's almost there. Like it's definitely better than having nothing. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, this is a waste of time. No, there's some playability there. It's good. Is there a multiplayer option for that to have like two people play it against each other?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think they're like on like in the same room at the same time type of a deal. I don't know if you can play it online.
Right. Yeah. It's a couch co-op type thing. Yeah.
And that's another thing too. You're only facing off against one organization.
Right.
So it's like Raw versus SmackDown or Raw versus NXT or whatever. So it's not that would be another thing too. Like I would like to compete against all these. I know it's going to be it's probably hard to fill that much of a roster.
Yeah.
Like if you have like that many.
I'm not sure it would be though, because like there's always like 20 free agents sitting out there waiting to be signed.
Yeah, like the local guys who are like
and
the developers. They put like
There's that. There's the legends they have that you can sign for like 6-week contracts.
Yeah. The last time I did that, I took all the dead people out. I'm like, this is not real. I took all the dead people off. You cannot draft anyone who's dead.
Not sure I did. No, that's a lie. I definitely signed the Macho Man.
Oh, did you take Razor out?
Yeah. He did.
Anyone who's
he did.
Anyone who's dead or geriatric, I like. They should not be in the ring.
Why can't geriatrics be in there?
They can be a manager.
Why can't geriatrics be in there?
No. No one wants to see Ric Flair in the ring anymore.
Well, and that's the other thing too. Like, so, for some matches you can call for interference, or there's like you can do GM interference, but you're not really like crafting stories. I don't get why you would do GM interference.
Yeah.
There's no like.
I never had success with that ever.
I think I did it once, and I'm like, okay, now like, is the GM like a manager now, or
no?
Can the GM do like a promo section? No. I'm like, what? Why did I do this? Oh, another thing
is pissed off my champion. That's all I did.
Another thing is the when you do the interference, it's not intuitive what you're doing. Like you do interference, and you're like interfere. Let's just say you have like whatever Edge and the Macho Man fighting, interfere on Edge, and you I don't know. Am I helping Edge? Am I attacking the other guy? What the fuck am I doing? It took me to I think I did like a 26-week like GM mode. I was at like week 24 before I finally figured out like oh I've been doing it wrong the whole time because there's nothing here to tell you what you're doing. Like I'm not illiterate but some guidance in this stuff would be helpful. Even just give me like a tutorial pop-up one time.
Right.
If you like tutorials, you should do the universe mode where you make your own universe. Because I did that. What do you have more before I get into like the nonsense of this game? Do you have more that? So you said you've done My GM, you've done My Rise, a little bit of that.
I did some of I played around a little bit in the My Faction stuff.
Yeah, me too. I go in there and get my daily stuff, and I'll do like a match every once in a while. I only got a minute.
I think like one
it's a neat concept.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like 1 week I went through and did like the weekly challenges, which was like a ladder of like 4 matches. Yeah. The challenges I was doing was like I picked the ones that involve women's matches, and I would just take Nia Jackson. She's just a bully.
No.
It's fun.
They'll do.
It's fun to bully the twigs. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. It's fun. I like that it's not like, as far as I can tell, you're not playing online against other people, which is great.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Honestly,
that's what I thought too. I thought it was like the UFC online stuff. Where,
Yep.
I'm like, I don't want to play this against other people. Right. I get frustrated enough when I don't get a reversal that I know I timed right.
Yep.
I did the My Rise one. I think I made it through. I played through the training center. Got assigned to a show. It's fine. I mean, the customization for the wrestler that you are, there's not a ton there. You get to pick like your look. You get to pick from a pre-selected list of nicknames, and you get to pick your finisher.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can get a little further because you can edit your guy more. Like you can edit his whole moveset once you get into it, like in the options. Like when you create them, like it's kind of bare bones. But after you finish it, you can go into your phone on the game, and actually do the full create a superstar, create a moveset, and you can mess around with it more there.
All right. But yeah, I didn't get too far into that. I think when I left off on that, I had done a match or two on whatever show I'm on, and my next match was supposed to be challenging for the U.S. title or Intercontinental title or something, and I kind of left off on it there. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's good to kind of it does keep the some of those things one match is done. Sometimes you got 3 or 4 matches and it's done, and it's interesting, but it doesn't end.
Right.
There's no end to it. You just run out of things to do.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So you do like I said, I started with I went through the Performance Center. I got to Raw, did all the heel stuff. By the way, I was a heel and it was so much fun. That's the only one to basically fuck off all the time.
It's way more enjoyable.
Oh my god, it was so much more fun. But you can do all you can do all the scenarios that are for the heel or for either. Some of the scenarios are for either one. Then okay, I've done everything a heel can do. I'll go to SmackDown and then I'll do all stuff the heel can do. I'm I can go to NXT, and then you run out of things to do. And then it does no there's no credits or endgame.
I'm the biggest star in the world. I'm gonna go to NXT now.
Yeah, you gotta give up all your belts. Well, all right, that's not how that should work. But all right, cool. But it's that was it has some again, that is the theme of WWE 2K22 for me is it's so close, but I think it nails the gameplay in so many different ways. The reversal system is good. I think the combination of having just those 3 buttons, so many different things you can do with that little. So many different things you can do with those button combinations, but yeah, I really enjoyed the gameplay.
This is a huge improvement.
Oh, dude,
huge improvement.
Yeah, I mean, I played a fair amount of 19, and I didn't play any of 20 because I know that was broken.
Yeah.
But this is this is a good mix of just I'm controlling what's happening, and I don't think it really had a match from just this is just ridiculous or this is just everything's being reversed, or that just doesn't happen. And I'm playing on the next second hardest difficulty.
I do like that there's some variety in there, because I know I had one match that I did when I was Scott Hall. I think I went in the ring, hit a guy with a move, and went for a dirty pin, and I pinned him. It was over.
Yeah,
in 15 seconds.
Yep. I had one. Okay, so I've been skirting around this for a long time. So I made my own universe, my own federation, my own matches, my own arenas, everything. Nice. This is what you do when you have COVID. You do. You have
sounds
time,
about right.
You got some time. I was finding images of that'd be a good name for a pay-per-view. Now I do it in image search. That's my image. That's gonna be my own. I'm gonna use. You can upload it and then you go. So I did all that stuff, but universe mode is just so effing broken. It's just I had it corrupt on me twice where just you can't use this anymore. You just start from scratch. It just destroys it. And my first one I put together, I downloaded a bunch of guys, and that was a problem. You can't have that many creator wrestlers in the universe, or it just explodes on you with all the different images it's trying to load up. So I toned that back, and one of the newer recent updates didn't fix it. It helped a lot of those things.
Yeah.
But up until 2 weeks ago, you couldn't put a pay-per-view from June to November. You just couldn't do it. You couldn't put if you took the one that was on there off it, you couldn't put your own on there.
It's their off season.
It was just you just couldn't do it. I guess there's a problem with the create a Money in the Bank too, which I haven't messed with that yet. Okay. So I'm just terrified at this point because I'm a full month in to it now, and it's just I don't want to touch anything. And just because when you say all right, go to the next show, they generate a show for you, and it is just nonsense. It is just what is going. None of these matches make any sense. They're mixing and matching. Teams are mixing and matching.
They're just throwing names in a board.
Yeah, really. They're
blah 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 blah. This guy.
If there's a rivalry started, they'll throw that in there no matter what. They'll put that in there pretty much no matter what, which is okay. But each show that you make has a set of 4 rivalries you can have active. And like those happen organically on the matches that you put together. Like if these two people put a good match together, like an ending cutscene can happen, and then they're in a rivalry. And then you can move them into the slot where that's an active rivalry, and that's all fine. You should be able to go into that screen and make your own rivalries. Does not work. You can't click on anybody, and half the superstars are missing. So that doesn't work at all. The run-in thing you talked about earlier, run-ins do not work at all. Like I had one where I was trying to run in. I run in at the beginning of a fight. You can do it pre-fight, during the fight, or post-fight. I sort of drew him pre-fight, where I wanted to like soften a guy up before he got in there. Yeah. Like one of the other guys in the fight in the stable was going to beat this guy up before he even got in there. All of a sudden, like he's showing up, like the guy who was supposed to be running in and beating the guy up, shows up on stage with his teammate, and then the entrance keeps happening. Like the wrestler that was walking down is in the ring while my guy has a steel chair on the ramp and is just standing there. And then once the guy's entrance finishes, he runs in there, and now they're fighting. Like that's the match now. The third guy, the other guy, is nowhere to be found. The post fight run-in doesn't even happen. It just doesn't happen. And the mid fight one, that's like 50-50 if that comes up or not. Like, and it will happen randomly too. Like if I don't assign it, sometimes it'll happen randomly. Yeah. But like if I assign it, it's 50-50 if it happens. So like all that stuff is all nonsense. And I knew like back before, I think previously in previous universe modes, like you can actually put like promos in and things like that. There's none of that. It's just straight matches. So like there's no like any kind of story you're making is a story like in your head. Yeah. I mean that's really all there is to it. And like some of the AI stuff too. Like I had like a tables match that ended in like 13 seconds and it was like I think someone like bumped into a table and it broke. So like I got a hit rematch on that one. That one stinks. And like none of that stuff really seems to matter either. Like they give you like the star ratings like when you're playing it, but like there's no it's all just like creative fun. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing really much to it.
I'll say the star rating too. I mean, I don't know how much that affects anything, but like I know when I did the Money in the Bank match that went on for an hour and change, like the star rating just kept going up like as signature and finisher moves were hit. I think I hit like 7 Razor's Edges in that match. And the game just fucking loved it, spamming the same move over and over.
If you have a multi-person match, you're going to get a 5-star match. Like, it's just going to happen.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's the gameplay's fun. I love how you can like reverse stuff into finishers.
Oh, yeah.
I think there was one that I caught where someone like jumped off the top rope at me. I caught him on my shoulders, moved him into a powerbomb position, and powerbombed him. Oh, yeah. That was fantastic. I think I saw that in 19 where I jumped off the top rope at Randy Orton and he RKO'd me.
I don't know.
So I still like that.
Yeah, it does so many really, really cool things. I'm absolutely loving it. I mean, despite my, and it's like stupid. Like, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't need to do all those things. I just, but it would be nice.
Still, the options there.
Right. Like, why is it, why is this work. And I mean, it was worse before. Like, you couldn't do goddamn anything before. I mean, it's gotten better now. But yeah, I've messed a lot with the Creative Stadium. I messed around with a lot of the entrances and made my own little team. My own tag team got like different factions and things like that. And it's a good time, man.
Sounds like COVID was a hard time for you.
It was. I only really had like 3. I had like 2 days where I was just like, I'm down, and that's all I did. All right, you playing anything else?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's hard. Yeah, before you hijack my time here.
I'm giving you back the rest of my time because I don't think I've really played anything else of real note.
It's fine. The other stuff I don't think I have a lot to say about. I played Chinatown Detective Agency.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Oh yeah,
it was okay.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. So that's the one that Mike talked about last time. That's kind of like the old Carmen Sandiego games. I think I played through like 3 of the cases. And I was like, I'm good. I got the point here.
Yeah.
So I stopped playing that. That was like a one night thing. And comparing it to the old Carmen Sandiego games is an accurate description. It's basically that with Google instead of a world book.
If that game came out 20 years ago, it would definitely be in a giant box with a giant book. No doubt about it.
Exactly. I played Arkham Asylum.
Whoa! Oh, nice.
I played like a chunk through that game before, and never finished it.
Oh, wow.
And I think it was just like a random Sunday. I was sitting around the house, like, wife's sleeping, kids in the basement playing. There's nothing on TV I want to watch. I'm like, I got this fucking Game Pass thing. I don't even know if that's a Game Pass game. I might have bought that one.
I'm going to decide to have a really, really good time today.
Yeah, I was like, I know this game gets rave reviews, and the ones after it were really good. I'm like, if I'm gonna play them, I might as well start at the beginning here. And like, I'd played a good chunk of the way through this game before, and it's kind of like it's the same thing. It was a night, no one was online. I just dig through games. I'm like, this one. It was great until my son decided he wanted to spend time with me and watch me play and ask a billion questions, which I cannot have a conversation and play games at the same time. I have a one-track mind I can focus on the game or I can focus on the person talking. Mm-hmm. Like, I cannot do both. And I got to a point where I just there's a bunch of henchmen in a room and I couldn't quite figure out how to get past them. I'm like, I've been playing this for 5 hours. I'm gonna go touch grass. And I haven't gone back to it since. It's I want to because I've gotten that far into it, and I don't want to have this happen again in 2 years when I'm bored on a Sunday and start over from scratch again.
Sounds so
like
good.
like that one, I hit the point where however far I'd gotten the last time I played, I'm like, okay, this is the exact room I got to last time. Let's go past this. Yes, there's that. The only other thing I've been playing is Ghost Recon Wildlands. That was really just because playing games online with people and we needed something to play that wasn't Siege because that game... I'm at an infuriating state and it was at the end of a season, so there's really no motivation to keep playing. The Ghost Recon games are good. They're very unforgiving, though, if you slip up and, get spotted and stuff. You cannot sit there and just soak up bullets. If you get shot a few times, you go down.
Yep.
If you're standing in the middle of the road and a car hits you, you go down.
There's some real-life stuff out there.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good game. I don't know how far into it I am, but I don't think it's as good as Breakpoint, which was the next one after it.
Okay.
Wildlands is the one that's in Bolivia that the Bolivian government got all pissed off over because it was shown as a narco state, and they claim that's not how they are. Though I feel like a lot of cocaine comes from that part of the world, so I've heard. But
you heard it from the game.
That's pretty much it. I've heard from pop culture. Okay?
All right, I lied. I got two more things. It'll be brief. The other thing I did during COVID, and you called me on it, was I was playing a game called The Suicide of Rachel Foster, which is a very walking simmy game that I thought was going to be a horror game, and then I'm getting in. It's basically you're settling the estate of your father who died, and he left you this old. It's a hotel. It's an old hotel. Very much like the Shining Hotel. You're out there, and when you go out there, all of a sudden, oh man, it's like the world's worst snowstorm. There's 40 feet of snow, and you can't go anywhere. So you kind of be like, all right, I'm gonna stay here overnight, and then I'll figure out in the morning. And while you're doing that, you're talking to, I think it's like a park ranger on the phone. So it's very much like Firewatch in that time. That you have a person that you can make contact with, over the walkie-talkie or phone or whatever. I thought it was definitely gonna be a horror game, and then I'm in I'm a few days into the game, and this is definitely this is definitely not a horror game. Then all of a sudden it was, and that's kind of where I stopped it. And it's fairly interesting. I'm at a point right now where I think I'm actually almost done with the game. I just haven't gotten back to it. I got three more days of the game to do, and I'll be done. But it got really real all of a sudden.
Shit got real.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty interesting. They need an acceleration button though. They have a little bit of you have a walk, and then you have a slow, faster walk.
Walk and a trot.
Yeah, that's my only real complaint about that one. And then I encourage everyone to go to your local library because they might have video games there.
What?
So
I don't have a local library,
dude. The one here or one by my house is ridiculous. I go in there, the kids want to go there, so I'm I'll go there, and I see this wall of games.
Nice.
I'm like, oh my god! And
you just yell at the front desk. How much these are worth?
Hey! Shh!
And
Hey!
I was like, oh man, okay, they have Elden Ring. Okay, I'll try this.
Oh, there you
so
go.
I grab Elden Ring. Haven't played it yet. Then I look down and
just getting a book at a library.
Is that
you never touch it?
That's the Quarry. The Quarry's been out for 2 days.
Oh wow!
I was like, all right, I'll take that. It was the
shit.
Xbox One version of it, but I'm like, it's free. So who cares? And there's not an upgrade. There's an upgrade from PS4 to 5 you can pay for, but you can't.
There's not like a $10 upgrade or something.
But on the Xbox, there is no upgrade on that. You gotta pay the whole thing. That being said, I played it for like 2 hours today, and it is really good so far. It's even again Xbox One graph. They have the Xbox One X version of it.
Yeah,
but not the Series X. Yeah, so it's still really nice. Yeah. And it feels like. I mean, I've been playing through slowly those Dark Picture Anthology games, and you can instantly feel the 2K money behind this. Like, honestly, like you can really feel the quality, the animations, just like the presentation.
Does it feel more like Until Dawn? Because Until Dawn, had the Sony money behind it. So
yes,
yeah, okay,
100%. Just like you can tell, like they have. The very first thing you do, like you're in, like you play the girl Laura, if my memory serves, and her boyfriend are driving in the dark in the woods to get to the quarry. I forget the name of the camp. It's a classic like horror campground thing. Trope. Whatever.
Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah. Camp Diamond Pond.
Yeah, exactly. So like as you're going there, the very first tutorial is like there's like they have a cell phone mounted on the dashboard and you hit a bump, and it's like the QTE tutorial.
Oh, okay.
And the way they do that is they frame those in like orientation videos, like old orientation VHSs that you would have seen if you were a camp counselor. So it's like an old like animated like VHS tape, and it's just neat. You know what I mean? Cool. Like it's just something different. And like it's. In a couple of hours, like it's already like creepy. Like you already find all kinds of things. And,
nice.
It's like it's already got me hooked. So I'm gonna have to renew that game. I think. So I definitely have to renew Elden Ring. So I'm gonna be playing this as opposed to that. I think.
Your Corey's on my list the minute I see that on sale.
Dude, yeah, $70. I don't know about that.
Exactly. The minute I see that on sale, because I want to play that really bad.
Yeah, it's so far. I mean, again, it's a couple hours in. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Is that the one that's supposed to be like Until Dawn, but you can do multiplayer?
It's from the same people.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Supermassive games.
Yeah, and they have different versions of it too. Like you can play like the classic version of it, which is like you're playing the game. They have like a movie mode of it, where it's like you're basically just watching the game go by, and it'll make the choices for you. So you don't really find out how it goes. And they do have like the cooperative way where I think you got to do like I think it's like the majority rules, and one person's on the control doing the QTE stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of. That's. I don't think I've ever actually played. Well, we tried playing that one, the hidden agenda game. We played about the first half of that.
I think we played like the first half of that one.
Yeah,
we never got back to it.
Yeah, but I don't know how I don't know if we would all need a copy of the Quarry or how that would work.
Probably.
I don't.
It sounds like it's not worth $210.
No, I don't think any game
or
is.
Or 140 since you got yours from the library.
Yeah.
Everyone go to your library when we get out of here.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Go to the library at 10:18 at night.
Like I said, yeah. The minute that's on sale, though, that is on my watch list. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I saw they were charging $70 for the Series X version, I'm like, no. That right away. Even with, and I'm super. I love.
Try again.
I'm super into that, like that game and everything. But
yeah.
It's like no. When you get down to about 40, then we'll start talking.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like, I mean, I got mine from the library, so I can't really talk. But like, it's.
I mean, you can still talk about the concept of the pricing on it.
Yeah. Like it does. I mean, it's. I mean, I can't even speak on the full game yet, right? 'Cause I haven't finished the game yet, so I have no idea what I'm getting into in terms of just like how long is this thing? I haven't looked at.
How long is it? Like, what kind of replayability does it have?
Well, replayability. I mean, that kind of for those games are kind of always just wide open because, you can make every character survive. You can make certain characters die and not die. It depends on decisions and stuff like that. So like that's how their games like how Until Dawn worked. And this is supposed to be there's 9 main characters in this game. Same thing,
right? But like in my head, when you think about replayability, yeah, there's all the different options you can do, like gameplay wise. But like if it's like a 20-hour story. How many people are going to want to replay a 20-hour story?
I don't think it is, though. I think it is like short. I think it is like between 8 and 10. I think. Yeah, I saw.
Usually those are, and then usually too, like they'll have a way to like fast forward through things that aren't like changeable. Like the things that are the same. There's usually a way to like move that along.
I mean, there's probably a way to fast forward through like cutscenes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure after you go through it once, then you can whatever version of the quote unquote new game plus is like, okay, now you fast forward. All right, what decision you want to make now? And
So far so good.
Cool.
So are you prepared for things coming out soon? Or no?
No.
Perfect. No, good. We're already running long.
Is anything coming out soon?
Ninja Turtles comes out tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah, Ninja Turtles. Game Pass.
On Game Pass.
Oh.
Beyond that, I don't know.
Oh.
Honestly, not much. Oh, that Sonic Origins is coming out next week.
Oh, yeah.
There's that. So finally, we're actually getting Sonic 3. Different music, but Sonic 3.
Yeah. Extra.
There's news.
There's a whole thing. This is all news. This is all news.
Yeah, I know. I just said that because it's like I don't have the rundown. Steak has the rundown.
News brought to you by Steak, our local correspondent. So,
All right.
so we're gonna go
In order.
in order. So we got Sony, we got Summer Game Fest, we got Microsoft, we got Capcom.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
And we were recording this the day before the Final Fantasy 35th anniversary.
Just look at Steak's Twitter. I'm sure you'll get his impressions on Final Fantasy.
It's just gonna be a lot of screaming. I have a feeling tomorrow.
But what kind of screaming?
Like
tune in.
Like
Happy-
teen girl screaming.
Happy
teen girl
screaming,
excitement screaming,
angry screaming, sad
From the
screaming.
rumors I've been seeing already today, I'm already kind of losing my shit.
Don't expectation monger.
Dude, I know. I told myself that for the state of play, I've lost it now for this tomorrow. It's only 10 minutes long.
We criticize others for expectation mongering. Don't you expectation monger?
All right, so let's start with the Sony State of Play,
Which was 9 months ago, as it feels in my head.
June 2nd.
That's about accurate. It's been 2 years since we did this, so 9 months.
Yeah.
Oh,
2 weeks.
That'll compute.
So we kick off the show with a huge bang that everyone thought was Last of Us, but it was not. Resident Evil 4 Remake is real, and it is coming so soon. March 23rd, 23.
Yes, sir.
I love that. 3/23/23. It is a reimagining of Resident Evil. They said that multiple times throughout multiple things. Over the last
same thing
couple
with
weeks.
Resident Evil 2 and 3.
So a reimagining of Resident Evil 4. And there is also PlayStation VR 2 content in development for this as well.
Correct.
And it is next gen only.
Yes, which is good.
Yay!
Awesome.
So happy.
PS5.
I'm probably not going to play this
Series
game,
S.
but yes,
Dude,
more next gen only content.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even. I mean, I have not. Resident Evil 2 was so good looking on the PlayStation 4. Like, I can't even fathom what they're gonna do when they just have that.
I didn't talk about it, but I did pick up Resident Evil 3 on Xbox One because I actually never played it.
Oh yeah,
and I got it for $5. Like at
Beautiful.
the day they announced the next gen upgrade. So I played the next gen upgrade. Holy shit. It looks amazing.
Yeah,
It plays awesome.
I re-picked up 2 because I mean it was only I found it for like it was like I don't know, $8-9 something like that. And because I played it with Claire then Leon, so I can do Leon then Claire this time around.
Oh yeah,
so I can get it a little different because
nice.
I'm also curious how it looks.
Story, yeah, it's impressive. So then after that, we went into quite a few of PlayStation VR 2 items, actually. So Resident Evil Village is getting a PSVR 2 release. Fuck yeah.
Get up in the tall lady.
Fuck yeah. The dollhouse.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, in VR.
No, thank
I was
you.
already scared of not in VR.
Dude, I am fine playing horror games and horror movie and watching horror movies, but I'm not cool with horror VR.
Why?
I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
Just go in your room, lock the door, so no one can fuck with you while you're doing it.
No, thank you.
Let me know when you want to borrow my Quest. You can play Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I feel like I could do that. I feel like it's more of an action game.
That one's not so bad, but yeah. But there's some parts that's like, whoo. After that, we got a trailer for The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Retribution Chapter 2 coming to PlayStation VR. And that one had a date on it of 2022.
However.
So.
No, okay. That also is coming
know.
out on original PSVR.
Is it also coming out?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't
that's
see that part.
yes,
Okay.
That's
Okay.
I saw the same thing like, whoa, like that's kind of a really casual way.
Because they've been saying for so long that PlayStation VR 2 is coming out in 2022.
Yep.
But we still have, I mean, we saw a quick image, but like even in this, they didn't show it. They haven't talked about the actual unit. This whole thing is weird.
They haven't talked about their
VR2.
$600 price tag.
Well, that's the thing. They're waiting to the last minute on that, but I still think it's going to be early next year.
I think
for
so
that.
too.
Yeah.
And like, well, they announced the PlayStation 5 stuff like a few months before the thing actually came out.
Right.
So
Yep.
I also wonder if, they're having problems getting supplies to make PS5s, maybe they've run into the same issue with the PSVR.
I would assume.
How are they not?
Right. I mean, exactly. I would assume because everything's it doesn't have its own processing box, which means everything's in the headset.
Yeah.
So that's its own more chips and stuff. Yeah. After that, we got a trailer that No Man's Sky coming to PlayStation VR 2. It's already on PlayStation VR, and I hear it's excellent. So this will probably just be the same but look better.
One more thought on the Walking Dead thing.
Yeah.
I have no interest in Walking Dead. I have no interest in zombie games in VR. I do very much have an interest in a zombie game where I get to hold a chainsaw and chop up zombies in VR.
Oh, dude, the trailer was awesome.
Yeah,
the trailer was awesome.
There's some clips of people things they did in the first game where people are just they just lob their little hand knife, the little knife into the air, and you can just see twirl and just end up right in the skull of a zombie from they're 15 yards away and they lob it up there and it's
nice. After that, we got the last PlayStation VR 2 game, and that is was another new look at Horizon VR, Call of the Mountain.
Yep.
It looks so much better than the first time they showed it in terms of visual concept. It looks good.
Yeah,
this is going to be their Half-Life. I have a feeling for VR.
It looks really good. A lot of what they showed in that trailer was basically combat with the robo dinosaurs. That's what I call them.
That's fine. That works.
The combat in just the regular game on a TV with a controller is pretty fast moving, and you're diving around a lot usually. And I'm wondering how that's going to translate to VR, or what kind of concessions they're going to make to that to make it work.
Yeah, they showed them kind of dodging,
right?
If memory serves.
So sidestepping, kind of stuff, stuff like that. So I think it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be on that level, of
right?
Kind of how it was in the game, because that would be. Vomit-inducing.
Oh, yeah. The first roll you do.
I don't get motion sickness, and it'd be vomit-inducing.
Right. I mean, even if you take out, you're not going to do the whole dodge roll thing, but, at least in Forbidden West, some of those things, once they got caught sight of you, if you didn't have a smoke bomb to disappear, they were up your ass, whether you were constantly dodging or standing still, and I think they probably definitely need to dial that back to make it work in VR.
I imagine they would.
Kind of combat
I think it's... I think the combat's almost going to kind of have to be dumbed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it would have... it's...
Plus, you're not Aloy in this, so, it's going to be...
It has to be, unless you have a bucket next to you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Unless you have, infinite space around you.
Yeah. But
sorry, kid, all your toys have to go in the garbage. I need the basement.
But obviously,
VR in the yard again.
Obviously, that's going to be the head launch game with the.
Oh yeah, that's the.
That's going to be the moneymaker, and it's going to be cool. Speaking of which, Horizon Forbidden West got a major update, adding New Game Plus. Performance mode got a fidelity update. Ultra hard difficulty was also added, plus more weapons and trophies.
Yeah, I gotta stop playing Sony games when they come out. Because they keep doing this we figured out 40K and 60 frames per second.
Well, that's the thing. Now they're talking, because now that with the VRR, with the real refresh rate, now they're talking about there's also going to be another update that's going to add that 40 FPS mode, which is now I'm okay, well, I might as well wait for that at this point, because I haven't gone back into it. I might as well wait.
Well, so I get why you say they released all this crap 3 months after, whatever, 3 months, 5 months, however long it's been since the game came out. But the game looked great as it was.
Oh, 100%. Oh,
sure. I'll fire it up to catch a glimpse of what it looks like with new fancy things, but.
Spider-Man is very impressive.
Yeah, I don't feel I honestly don't feel I lost out on anything by playing it.
Also, I am 100% sure they're gonna have DLC for this game. So I'm assuming when the DLC comes out that they're gonna have the same all that. I'll be able to experience all that stuff in the DLC piece of it.
I was gonna say, it's the fact that they'll have that done. When DLC comes out, you should be able to enjoy that with that anyways.
I would imagine.
I would think so. Next trailer. So more. Exclusive games coming to PC. This was kind of a surprise, though. Spider-Man Remastered is coming to PC on August 12th, and Miles Morales will follow in the fall.
Good.
Yeah, that was
absolutely
good, and everyone belly aching about it, crying about how Sony's, they're not getting their money's worth. Then you know what? Sell your fucking PlayStation to somebody who wants it, because there's plenty of people out there that want PS5s, and buy it on PC, and just wait 2 or 3 years from now on to get your PlayStation exclusives on
and
PC.
Spend $1,400 on a PC to make it look good.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
It's like that guy who sawed his PlayStation, Sony in half. He is the Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
You're a moron. You
Yeah,
could have sold that to buy your PC.
You are a moron. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I mean,
I don't get the belly aching over exclusive games going to PC. I mean, it does not take away from your experience with that game.
Not to mention, you probably have already been done with that game for how long now?
And that's the thing too. Like they're doing it 2 or 3 years after the fact.
Right.
I mean, it's not coming out day and date.
No.
Yeah, Platinum Spider-Man 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Stupid. So then we got a brand new trailer for Stray, the cat simulator game, coming July 19th for PS5 and PS4, and it will be part of the Extra and Premium Plus subs day one.
Okay, couple things. We got to talk about PS Plus here at some point.
Sidetrack.
However, let's talk about Stray.
I was thinking about bringing that up earlier, and I'm like, we've been talking a while. Should I bring that up or not?
We'll bring it up. Oh, yeah, I got a couple things I want to say about that.
Got a lot of problems with you people.
I got some problems, but I got some. Anyway, so let's talk about Stray. I mean, it looks good, and like it's that's like my kind of game. It's just weird world doing stuff you don't usually do. Like it seems like that might hit. I mean, before we start about, I mean, I don't like cats, but I'm in for this game. So I don't know.
I would not have played this if it wasn't part of if I didn't upgrade and be part of the premium sub. I would not be playing it. So this is kind of the Game Pass effect.
100%.
PS Plus Premium. Why not?
Yeah.
So okay.
Well, let's not go that far. Hold on. Let's not go that far.
So
wait, what you just described is the why not mentality.
Yes, it is 100% the same thing
for this game. Yes, for this game.
So like, there's a lot. I mean, okay. So I was cruising through it when it came out, and I was just like, man, I really don't think I need premium. I don't think. I mean, the PlayStation 1 games. I have the Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut, and I don't have it able to download for some reason, which makes me very upset.
Supposedly, a lot of people are very upset about that.
Yeah,
the other games are able to, but for some reason, that one, if you already own it, you cannot download it.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
The
at
other
all.
ones you could.
Yeah, 7 filter I could have and all that stuff. So like, I don't really feel a need to do all that stuff, especially because I do still have my PlayStation 3 hooked up. So sure. This is a very me scenario. However, I was looking through the games on Extra. I'm like, man, Extra does have some really cool games on there. And like I said, right now, my PlayStation Plus ends up being up sometime like early next year. So it would be like just under $40 for me to upgrade. But you can only upgrade to Premium. You can't upgrade to Extra.
Oh, really?
I could not find a way to do. I cannot find a way to do it.
Oh, that's crazy.
So like, I was like, there's like like really dumb games like Disaster Report 4, which is like I would play the hell out of the game if it's included on Extra.
Right.
There's a ton of games that like there's a pretty good amount of games on this thing.
Yeah.
I was looking through. I'm like, man, there's enough here for more than $30-something bucks. Like, I'll get it, and I could not upgrade just to Extra. That like made me stop. Even though I already had like the price point okay in my brain, like for like the 30 whatever bucks for premium, I just didn't like. I didn't like not having the option to go either way.
Right, and even cheaper then for Extra.
That's what obviously. I thought.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was scared. I was like, let me just see what it is, and I'll still get access to Stray when Stray when that comes out, and a couple of the games, and just like let's do this, see what it is. Nope, not an option.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the fact that if you want to upgrade, they force you to upgrade for the full remainder of your PS Plus subscription.
That's ridiculous.
I know that's to stick it to the people that were stacking subscriptions, but
that's still ridiculous.
Like I haven't bought a subscription since probably Christmas. I probably saw it on sale then and bought it.
Yeah.
My subscription ends in 2024. At this point, I think it's March 2024. So it cost me $105 to upgrade. I'm not no. Yeah. I would love to try out either of the tiers maybe for a month or two to see what it is if I'm gonna actually play games on there. I'm not committing $105 to you guys to find out that maybe I want this, maybe I don't.
See, and that was the reason why I did do it, is because mine is up at the end of August.
Right.
So I get basically a 2-month trial for $13.
Right.
So I was like, okay, this is a no-brainer.
100%.
Like, why? What? $13 to upgrade? What? And so I was like, all right, I'll do the. I didn't even look at the extra because it was $13 for the premium. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just fucking do the whole thing.
Right.
I don't care. So I did upgrade and everything. My dashboard is just filled with stuff I haven't even played yet. All the stuff I downloaded from what I basically downloaded almost all the classics, I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I did load up some of them. Hot Shots Golf, I feel, has a controller lag issue. Because you got the click the 2-point clicks.
And you're playing the PlayStation 1 version?
Yeah. And I feel like when I'm pressing it, it's slightly off.
Okay.
Like I've been trying to adjust how I press it, and I think I finally got it, but I'm like, it still doesn't feel right to me. But it looks nice. Resident Evil Director's Cut, I loaded up. Looked sharp. Actually, honestly, the character models, like with that when Jill enters the hallway from that second room,
yeah,
and like the camera's like right in on her, it looks very sharp. It looks actually pretty nice. Like how you would expect an emulator, like an emulator you could control and bump up their resolution and stuff. It looks like that. I mean, it looks pretty good. While from the games I downloaded, Wild Arms, Hot Shots, Golf, and Sight and Filter have trophies. The other ones do not. Man, Sight and Filter is rough to play.
Oh, really?
That's tough, man. Like it's like
just because it's old, or because
it's old.
Okay.
That's the only reason why. No.
Yeah, imagine the old mechanics.
The nice thing is the games are the NTSC version, so we're good 60 hertz. Just the fact that you don't have a camera, but
oh yeah,
I'm trying, so as you're running around, the camera's running around with you.
Yeah, the first one came out before the DualShock did. Yeah.
I was getting my ass. I could barely get past the first mission. I was getting my ass whooped.
Did you tase someone until they set on fire?
No. I should. No. I was lucky to shoot someone. I'll be honest. I was running all over the place. But yeah. I mean, and then the game selection, like you said, an extra. I could see myself. They need to work on, because you're paying $20 more for the PS3 games and the PS1, PS2 classics.
Correct.
They need to expand that quick. If they don't expand that quick, there is no reason. There's not enough there.
But your game demos.
There's not enough there.
It's like
it just. I could see myself keeping extra right now because the game selection through there is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like you're getting like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the PS5 version.
Yeah.
Miles Morales, Returnal. I did download Demon Souls.
Mm-hmm.
I loaded that up. That is very pretty.
So the Demon Souls on there is the PS5.
Yes.
Right,
it is very pretty.
It's one of those things. I was looking at a list and like it just had a list of games and somewhere in all caps, and I couldn't figure out if it was the PS5 version or not.
Well, their lists were very confused because also they're like, oh, here's a list, and some of these stars mean that it may or may not be in your region. We're not telling you which region it's in, but it may or may not be in your region.
They've been
super annoying.
They've been very clear and concise with all their messaging.
Yeah. So, but as of right now, from what I could tell, extra's worth it. Premium needs some work to be. Even though it's only $20 more a year, like if you do the yearly, because monthly is a whole different story. But if you do the yearly, it's only $20 more for the premium. But I still, as of right now, from launch, I feel like that's why I'm curious to see what's going to happen these next couple months. And when it's time to renew, I can see myself definitely renewing for extra. I don't know about premium. Depends on classics and if the classics will have like trophies and stuff like that as well.
I think it's cool they are doing that to some of them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it's awesome. If I get more of the classics and with trophies, you're gonna keep me. Like if you put and especially with some of these other third parties, like you put the original Silent Hill on there with trophies, yes, done.
Yes, indeed.
Done.
I still have my original Silent Hill in case. I guess it is a black one too.
So good.
It's very good.
The game's so good. Okay. After that, we got our first real new look at the Callisto Protocol, and it is coming December 2nd.
Ooh wee! Yes. Very excited about that game. Yes. I love all the Dead Spaces. Yes. In all their forms. It's that game.
It's Dead Space moved up to 11.
Yeah, and and they just love killing that main character. They just love killing him in the most gruesome ways possible.
Well, in this state of play, that trailer was all right.
Yeah.
We'll get more into it.
Yeah.
We'll get more into it later. This trailer was good.
Yeah. But it looked good. It looked really great. I didn't really have any I don't know about there was no hesitancy on my
December 2nd this year.
Yeah, December 2nd this
Holy
year.
Shit,
too.
I did not think that was going to be coming this year.
Yep.
That's awesome. Super pumped. After that, we got a very interesting game that I thought was a different game because it has the same exact art style. Roller Drome.
Yep. Everyone says Roller Dome the first time.
Yeah. I thought it was that. What was that game? that was on like Game
Sable?
Sable. Yep. That's what I was like. Wait a minute.
looks
I thought
just
this
like
already
Sable.
came out. It was the same exact art style. This game looks fucking wild.
Yeah.
This needs to be on extra. Like this is like a perfect like extra Game Pass type game.
It's like Tony Hawk with guns.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was just saying, I thought that's which one this was. I feel like so it looked good. It looked interesting. My like take pause with this type thing is like this trailer reminds me of like the trailers for My Friend Pedro.
Oh yeah.
Where like the trailer, like they're doing all this crazy shit, and you get the game, and it's like it is not easy to do all this crazy shit.
They make it look so easy.
Like they were playing, internally testing that for like 3,000 hours, and they happen to catch these awesome clips, and you're lucky if you could stay upright on your skates and shoot things. That's the only like hesitancy I have about this, just because of other games before that have shown like this wild acrobatic gunfighting stuff that doesn't quite play out that way, from what you see in the trailer.
For the first like 20 seconds of that trailer, I was convinced that was a multiplayer game.
Oh,
and it's not. It's not at all.
Nope. No, for sure. After that, we got a trailer for a game called Etern Nights, coming early 2023. It is an anime dating sim meets RPG something. It looked wild, though. I'm not going to lie. It actually kind of looked pretty cool.
Is that what the guy... Was that the one who, like, the developer's like, I had a job, I played Persona, I liked Persona, I quit my job and made this game. I think that's that guy.
I think so, because it kind of has a little bit of
Yeah.
Persona vibes to it. I mean...
I'm going to be crushing that thing. It's probably coming up on the mic.
Yeah, I mean, it's, press R2 to hold hands. As everyone's been talking about. But no, it looks interesting.
Is there any DualSense of the, like... integration into that? She's not squeezing back.
Interesting that the holding hands is the same button as shoot in every other game.
In most other games.
That's right.
Every other game.
After that, we got our very first look throughout many of these upcoming things we're going to talk about. Street Fighter 6. It is coming in 2023. In this, we discover that it is going to have like a world tour mode, which is kind of like almost like a third person, like Mortal Kombat Crypt type thing, but like from Deception, where it's like a story based contest.
Yeah.
We're gonna be running around story based stuff, and then you enter the battles. It looks fucking awesome. It looks really good.
I don't think I've given a shit about Street Fighter in a long time, and that looked really cool. Like I was waiting for like a Yakuza character to come out, and you fight him or something. Like that's what it looked like.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
I know. I know. Usually I'm there with you.
It's one of those things. It's just like fighting games are not my area of interest because I suck at them. It doesn't matter if it's on easy against computer. I'm just not good. So it's like they pop up and like as far as like real interest, I'm just tuned out. But like I thought it was interesting that they had like the hub overworld type area where you're running around. I had questions about like they were showing the fighting and like during certain attacks it was like almost like a paintball like colorized stuff popped up in the background.
All kinds of shit's going on.
And that will happen.
I was saying, is that in the game or is that just for show here?
So I didn't play I haven't played Street Fighter 5 because it was only on PlayStation at the time, and then also like it had a really rough start.
Yeah,
I hear it's excellent now.
Yeah,
like I keep waiting for it actually to be at like a decent sale. But like Street Fighter 4 had that very kind of like artsy style where like when we hit certain things, it would zoom in and you had that quick little pause and like little like black effects or like art strokes like around and stuff like that. It's going to happen while you're playing the game, which is kind of, but it's so seamless that like it doesn't take away from the match or like or mess with like your strategy and stuff like that, because like the way Street Fighter does it, and like it's just so genius, and it feels like it should be a part of it.
And then like that, they also added like announcers in, which I think is really it's like Madden style announcing to this, but I think it's really kind of cool. Like honestly, I think that's really neat.
The other thing I was gonna say was I'm not surprised to see that at a State of Play, given that PlayStation bought like the Evo tournaments.
Oh yeah.
So I mean they're kind of all in on fighting games at this point.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, Street Fighter was all over this.
Over the place. We got a lot more to talk about.
But they had a really like the overall like the internet sentiment on this thing has like from like the original like fucked up logo to this
They
is like a
fixed the logo,
full 180.
Yep, they fixed the logo and everything.
Yeah, I mean, the game, the logo, changing the logo didn't change the game. Like, the game would have been the same game if it was the same logo.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is just like the people's overall opinions seem to be way higher now after these couple of weeks.
We're on Street Fighter 4 levels of hype right now, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was so ready for that.
Don't expectation monger.
Never thought I'd see a Street Fighter 6. It was Street Fighter 2 for like a decade.
Yeah. It's still
6 different versions of Street Fighter 2.
Which we will get to later.
That's true.
After that, we got a trailer. Tunic is coming to PS5 and PS4 September 27th. So good for PlayStation owners.
Yeah.
It's a great game. Then we got a trailer for a Mike type game. Season, A Letter to the Future, coming in fall 2022.
Yep, all about that one. That one they showed, I think, last year. Whatever the E3 press conference was.
It somewhere, yeah.
And they got a little more idea like what it actually looks like to play. It's beautiful. It looks like it's different. Taking a lot of photos of things, and it looks like you're kind of like making your own. I don't know, legend. You know what I mean? I don't know how to say it. But yeah, no, I'm all about that one.
Yeah.
By the way, this like baby monitor thing sounds like a lot like it's all fine, but it sounds a lot like my alarm clock, like my alarm thing. So I'm like, am I sleeping right now? Like, is this not actually happening? I am losing,
Mike. You are slow.
I am losing my mind.
Are we actually doing this?
You are losing your mind.
How long have I been sleeping for? Did we finish the podcast?
And last, but certainly not least of this state of play, we got our next big first real look at Final Fantasy 16 coming summer 2023. I've already got the shirt.
He is.
I am pumped.
Jesus.
I am ready.
Jesus Christ.
I need this in my blood now. I lost my shit over this trailer. It looks absolutely fucking amazing. It's the combat's being done by old DMC people, which is awesome.
And you can tell.
You can totally tell. It's totally tell. It's got that Devil May Cry aspect to it, which there's people who are complaining. Shut up. It's going to be awesome. I'm super pumped for that. You're basically going to have kaiju battles with summons.
Sure seems like it. Yeah, it's like War of the Monsters with Final Fantasy summons. Like it's really crazy.
There's a couple times where like you're during the kaiju battles, you look in the corner and there's multiple summons, like almost like you could tag out summons. Or
yeah,
something.
I was saying it's like War of the Monsters. Like it really is. They had like health bars on the top. Like they must put a big versus and a clock in the middle of it. So
basically, I think each character is a summon, and like you could turn into your summon mode, and then then you end up. So now you're no longer fighting like it's like DMC. Now you're in these giant monster battles, and like, oh my god, just fucking epic. And if you watch the state of play, go watch the actual 4K trailer.
Oh yeah,
it is miles better. It is insane. The 4K
music is
trailer
awesome.
is insane.
I mean, the 4K music doesn't make a difference, but the music is awesome on this.
The music is fantastic.
The 4K music is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been following Final Fantasy, they play the typical theme at the end, but they mix in the summon names with it, and it's so badass. God damn it! Summer next year, I need it now. So good.
Yeah, that
so good.
Yeah, I never played 15. But that's the beauty of it, right? Whereas just like the beauty of Final Fantasy is like you can just pick one up. It doesn't make a difference. And it's also like people complaining about like the fighting and things like you don't want the same game every time. But again, that's another beautiful piece of Final Fantasy. Like they all play a little bit different. They all introduce new systems, some for better, some for worse. But you know what? You got to try different things. So no, I'm on board with this one.
All right, well, we talked about the best stuff, so I mean,
yeah, but I mean, overall,
that was probably one of their best state of plays.
It was the best state of play that I can remember because usually Sony has the state of play and then they have like their showcase event.
That's true.
So usually the showcase is like their big one, and even on this one, they said ahead of time that they weren't going to do anything first party. This is all third party stuff. So it's really, 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 really seems like Ragnarok's coming out this year, and they didn't even feel like they needed to show it. Corey Barlog tweeted today that he's playing something else that he
hasn't tweeted in a long time.
He was talking about like, oh, I was gonna try this. I forget what game it was. Like I was gonna try this game. However, I'm playing something else, and it's like just a PlayStation 5 controller. Like it's gotta be Ragnarok. So
I think by the end of the month, we're gonna get like, or at least some kind of like announcement of like when we're gonna have the God of War state of play. Like they're gonna have its own. Like basically.
They could definitely have that. They could do a first party showcase too if they really wanted to. I mean,
they could.
Everything's up for grabs nowadays. Like Nintendo might be having one tomorrow or in 3 months from now. No one knows.
Nintendo never tells anyone until like 6 hours ahead of time.
Well, according to everyone on Twitter, they know.
Yeah, according to like end of June sometime.
Jesus Christ!
There are the people out here on Twitter expectation mongering.
That's right.
So annoying.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
But overall, yes, that was for Sony. For Sony, that was for State of Play. That was an A.
Oh, 100%. I thought that was a very good showing.
All right. So after that, Key 3. Summer Game Fest. Here we go. We kick things off with yet again Street Fighter 6. But we got a reveal of a brand new character. Guile is back. Sonic
brand new character.
Shocker.
Guile.
I also was
shocking.
All I could think when I watched it, all I could think about were those guys in the background and in the sailor suits, all just looking like Marshmallow Men. Yeah. Like every single time, like they all look like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That's all I was looking at.
Absolutely. But Guile was badass.
Yeah.
He's cool as shit. His character's gonna be awesome. And honestly, with that Street Fighter 6, I don't care. You guys keep showing. I just need to see what Blanca looks like. I need to see Blanca. Like, I need to see how Blanca's going to work in this world.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, like I said, more Street Fighter 6. Super exciting. After that, we got a trailer for a brand new Aliens game. Aliens Dark Descent coming in 2023. Super creepy CGI trailer that showed 3 seconds of top-down gameplay.
Yeah.
Looks like a twin stick shooter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm okay with that though.
Me too. I think it fits well with the IP.
Mm-hmm.
But
everyone thought it was going to be like Isolation 2, basically.
I thought, watching it, like, are they making Fire Team 2 already? Like, honestly, that's what I thought it was when he had that many on there. Because Isolation had like the one, I think, like the original Alien movie did. But I still never finished that game. Like that's what I have it downloaded on like every system because I've gotten it free. I get everything. Like one day I'm going to go back to it. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But that's a really good game.
After that, we got another. So we got the same trailer from the State of Play, but gorier. The Callisto Protocol, again coming December 2nd. But then after that trailer, we got some raw, straight up gameplay. Yes, that is where the trailer was great. But seeing the raw gameplay is they basically had the slicer gun.
Yeah,
like in
the
there,
same 3 dots across.
Yep.
Which is
fantastic. The gravity gun was awesome, throwing the guys into the fan.
What a perfect combination of things for this game. Like that is just that makes so much sense to have something you can like grab and throw like the more minor enemies like around. God, exactly. That's perfect.
And then dying in the steel fan, your whole body just gets crushed. I have a feeling I'm gonna die multiple times in this game on purpose just to kind of see what happens.
Yeah, that game, both showings were very impressive.
I'm ready. So after that, we got a deep, long dive into Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, coming October 28th, 22. Kind of surprised that they showed that. Like, it's Call of Duty. Like, do we need? Like, I mean, in my opinion, like, we know where we're getting. Like, you go on to show it off, but like, do we need that? Like, showing us almost like a whole level, like half a level like that long for Call of Duty game nowadays? Like,
probably not. And like, I
don't know.
I'm sure Keeley got paid a handsome reward for that.
100%.
So like, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it ran a bit long. However, the game does look gorgeous, just like the last Modern Warfare remake did.
Yeah.
Duration, yes, long. I do like that they showed off that particular mission, because that's the wet work mission from Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I saw some people online complaining like, oh, they should have showed like more of like the sizzle reel with the big moments and explosions. Like, I don't want the sizzle reel. Like, I know what Call of Duty is. If there's gonna be surprising moments like that, especially since these are like reimaginings of the Modern Warfare series, like, I want to see that shit when it happens for me. You know, show me wet work. I know what wet work is. I played it a million times in fucking multiplayer on Modern Warfare 2. I think it's cool with like the shipping containers like moving as the boat like sways in the water.
That was cool. Absolutely.
The different type of stuff you can do in the environment there. I thought it was outside of the length. I thought it was a good showing.
Yeah, and the last couple of Call of Duties I thought were fine, but the last Modern Warfare I liked that one.
Yeah,
right. So I'm hoping that this continues.
I wish there was a way for me to pay fucking $40, $50 just for the campaign, like just so I can show them like this is what I want from you.
Right.
I don't want the rest of your shit.
Yeah. I'm really hoping.
I know they can pull those metrics from always connected systems and shit, but
sure.
At some point, we've been talking about this forever, with Madden and everything, like any annualized thing, like making it like a platform where you pay. I have a Call of Duty dashboard, and I can play Modern Warfare, old Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, or I can play regular Modern Warfare. I can download. I can get the multiplayer. Maybe they don't want to have a bunch of cheaper multiplayers from back in the day, so people are playing the new stuff as opposed to the old stuff, but yeah, if I can just want to buy the story, let me buy the story.
Yeah.
Right. I really like the story from that last Modern Warfare, so odds are I'm probably going to buy this the day it comes out so I can play that and just do everything I can to avoid multiplayer. I'll buy it on Xbox.
I like multiplayer.
Can we just go back to Infinity Ward just doing this? They
the
seem to be the best.
The multiplayer on Modern Warfare was actually the Call of Duty multiplayer I could tolerate.
Yeah.
The most out of the past decade of Call of Duty multiplayers.
I got pretty good at that one too. Yeah. I played that one a lot. I got pretty good. That was late 20s, Mike.
Yeah,
I was in shape.
Did you have a subwoofer?
No, I did not. I did not. And there was a subwoofer next to your bedroom.
It was only one time that it happened, but I just remember picking up my phone half asleep. Can you turn off the subwoofer?
My bad.
After that, we got a trailer for a game getting a sequel that came out 30 years ago. Flashback 2. Winter 2022.
Yeah, I remember Flashback. I never played it, but I remember that being a game. I remember that being referenced, but I never played the first one.
It looked good.
Yeah, no, it looked interesting.
I thought it was Load Runner.
Me too.
I totally thought it was Load Runner. After that, we finally get a new trailer for Witchfire. This is from the developers from, if you guys remember, the Painkiller series back in the day. I was a huge fan of Painkiller, and it's Painkiller in the best ways possible. This trailer was awesome. They do kind of make it seem like it's PC only, though, at least as of right now. So, but there was no data or anything like that. But yeah, it looked good.
Speaking of somewhat scary games that you would like, do you ever play Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2?
I haven't. No.
Do you buy 2?
I don't think so.
2 is on sale right now for $10.
Oh, nice.
On the PlayStation, on the Series X version.
Okay.
Just so you
know. I might
know.
have to grab that. It always seems interesting. I just never got around to it.
It's so up your alley.
Nice. I got to do that. After that, we got a trailer for yet another sci-fi type horror, which seemed to be the theme in this.
Space and horror.
Was
this entire
That's
2 weeks.
That's right. Which, hey, more horror. I'm all for it. I love it.
When you get space horror, oh man.
Space horror, especially with this one. Fort Solace. This looks like a pretty cool first-person type adventure survivor type thing. This is one with Trey Barker, and I forget his other name. They I don't know. They had a long conversation.
Yes, they did.
Without showing anything.
Yes, that's why I didn't remember it, but now I do. No, that one looked good. Yeah, that's the guy who voiced Arthur Morgan from Red Dead 2.
Yes.
So that's what I was like. I know that guy's name and face.
But look cool. I'm curious to see more.
I think
I definitely want to see
agree.
more. After that, we got another sci-fi horror. This is something that was actually announced super long time ago. It's been shown off many different times. It's actually disappeared for a while, but Routine. It is coming to PC and Xbox Game Pass. I am super pumped. I will totally be playing that day one.
Me too.
After that, The Rock made a presence. It was celebrating and promoting everything The Rock, including Black Adam trailer.
Including not wearing a shirt.
That show was celebrated. You see that guy? He's built like a fucking mountain. It's one of those things. I only wish I could do that many steroids and growth hormones.
I'm not even mad at him.
No.
Yeah. If I looked like that, I would never wear a shirt.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean,
pretty much.
Yeah, he's 55 years old and he's yoked.
My God, it's just ridiculous.
I wonder just how much HGH it takes.
I know. I know they.
It's got to be a lot. It
Yeah.
has to be.
I don't know what his calorie intake is as well.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Have you ever seen like his like diet like post on Instagram?
It must be like just like an entire smorgasbord.
His
that
breakfast is like he eats like a 12-egg omelet.
Oh my god.
He has like 2 pizzas for dinner.
Oh my
It's
God.
ridiculous. He's
gotta fuel that shit somewhere.
Look it up online sometime.
I will.
It is like you can't even imagine eating that much food in a day. Like, I can put down a good amount. I think I'd throw up after breakfast.
I mean, Jake Arrieta, the ex-Cubs pitcher, when he was at the height of his like nonsense, he was doing like the intermittent fasting, but he would like go like a couple days without eating. So on days he did eat, he would have like 3 quarts of ice cream, 2 fried chickens. It was just like, oh my god,
that's wild. But yeah, so we got to see the Black Adam trailer.
You would if you actually didn't skip forward it like I did.
Have you seen enough Black Adam trailers already?
I saw it once, and that was good enough.
Hopefully it'll be good. We'll see. After that, you got a trailer for Outriders World Slayer. I believe this is like their first major expansion for Outriders. It is coming June 30th. Then we got a trailer for Fall Guys Season 1 Free for All. Starts June 21st for every system. Then after that, we got our first look at a new studio making Stormgate. This is from previous StarCraft people. It's an RTS.
Oh, that's why I skipped it.
Yep. It's coming in. They're having a beta in 2023. So it sounds like it's going to be just like StarCraft people, where that game will probably not be out till 2024. To that, we had an interesting trailer for a game called High Water coming in 2022. It reminded me a lot of that Sea of Solitude that EA. Remember that EA?
I remember the Sea of Solitude. I'm trying to remember High Water.
Yeah, this one was kind of like that same, almost similar art style where you're floating through, but then you're also like you're a guy in a hazmat suit. Almost, it looked like a hazmat suit kind of thing.
I gotta go.
I don't think
High Water.
Suit, High Water.
Yeah. Look it
up. After that, they were supposed to have a trailer for Replaced, which would have been awesome, but with the wars going on in Ukraine, they were not able to complete it in time. So, but it's still coming, and we all still want that game.
Yeah, that game looks like something.
It looks fantastic. Got a very interesting trailer for a game.
Oh yeah, High Water.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Very interesting trailer for a game called American Arcadia. It's coming for PC and console. It's basically if your life was watched as a TV show, and if your ratings start going down, they start chasing you. That's kind of how they described it.
Yeah,
they start coming after you.
And it seems like trying to escape to, and like it.
Trying to get out of it.
It's
pretty cool.
And you seem to have like someone who's kind of helping you as well, like on the outside of the bubble. That one piqued my interest as well.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. After that, we got what I feel like was one of the best trailers ever. It's a game that we've all been waiting. The sequel's we've been waiting for, and I totally thought it was Dead Island 2. Finally,
me too.
No, it was Goat Simulator 3. They skipped 2 and went straight to 3.
That was my question. I was just like, I don't remember there being a 2.
There wasn't. That was also part of the fun.
Good for them.
Coming fall 2020.
They seem to have a lot of fun.
That trailer was awesome.
Given their product, I'm not sure they have a choice.
Nope.
I know, but I'm just saying, like someone's gonna Google 2 at some point, or like right now, if we had enough brains, like you and I could all make Goat Simulator 2 right now because it's like because it doesn't exist.
Right.
Yeah, I played a little bit of 1 back in the day. It's fun.
I played a little bit when it was like it was cool.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I say it's just kind of a mindless, dumb sandbox you run around and play in, and I'm pretty sure there's like challenges to complete in the game, and you can run around and figure out how to do those if you're so inclined.
I had no idea. I was just running around yelling at people.
There's all kinds of things you can do in that game,
and nailing people as much as I could. After that, we got a brand new trailer for Marvel's Midnight Suns coming October 7th. They have added Scarlet Witch and Spider-Man. And Spider-Man will appear in the Xbox version of the game, which is awesome. My only concern is it's still coming in October, and it was another CGI trailer.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know.
And there, of course, it's 2K, so the Series X version is $70.
Yeah.
Unless you want the Legacy Edition, which is $100, or Legendary Edition. But they're calling it the Enhanced Edition. for $70.
Yeah, that's.
And you do get some costumes, but it's like, well, whatever. But it's October. It's coming out in 4 months. I'd like to actually see it.
That'd be nice.
Like give me like a whole battle, like one whole battle of how that works. Because like they showed it so briefly, like the little bit of the cards, that I still don't fully understand how it works though.
No, and I mean, again, like you said, we haven't seen enough of it to make any kind of like rational, thought of what we think it might be either. You know what I mean? It's not even like we know it's from the guys who did XCOM. So it's just like
it's not XCOM.
But it's not XCOM, but it's also strategy based, though. We think, right? Still, like
it's still card battle strategy based.
Okay,
but yeah,
what the fuck's happening? So what does that look like? Like minute to minute? Who knows?
I don't know.
Costumes are cool though.
Yeah.
Looks pretty.
Getting if you pre-order, you get the Defender Doctor Strange costume, which looks pretty badass.
Pretty sure I'm bored with I'm just never pre-ordering a game ever again unless I want like the collector's edition.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. No, that makes sense.
Yes, we're still recording.
After that, we got our first look at Cuphead in the delicious last course. It's finally coming out June 30th.
Yeah.
It's more Cuphead.
Yeah. Good.
More crazy bosses, and it looked awesome.
Yeah, I got off the first island of that game, and I feel good. I feel accomplished. And I couldn't do anything beyond that.
Then we got a trailer for a new trailer for Neon White. So this is another card
that's just coming out in a couple days too,
yes,
or like tomorrow,
June 16th,
which is tomorrow. I think.
Yes, tomorrow. So it's a card based arena kind of
first person shooter type,
but it's single player.
Yeah,
it's single player. It looks wild. Yeah, absolutely wild.
Yeah, meant for like speed running and things like that too. Yeah, it looks really. And it's from the guy who made Donut County, which is like there couldn't be a more like opposite game possible to make.
I remember loading up Donut County when it was like one of like the Game Pass like quests or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I'm just like, this is like the most chill thing.
It's a really good game.
Yeah,
it's a really good game.
After that, we got a new trailer for Midnight Fight Express.
Oh yeah,
this is being made by one guy in Poland. It is finally coming out August 23rd, and it will be on Game Pass, which is awesome. It looks great.
Yeah, it's like isometric Sifu.
Yeah,
very into that.
Looks fun. Then Warframe is still a huge thing, I guess.
It's still a thing.
And it sounds like it's a huge thing still. They got some huge July event that she was very afraid to talk about anything. It sounds like they're going to show a bunch of stuff at that event.
Wasn't it a free-to-play PS4 launch game?
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I played that for a little bit when there was like a desert of games when PS4 came out.
I think I remember like loading it up briefly. But yeah.
I forgot my PS4 it sat in the box until whatever Trials game came out. Like I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it. I'm like, maybe I'll sell it.
Yeah.
And the Trials came out. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll unbox this thing and hook it up.
So that's still a thing. Then we got a trailer for Honkai Star Rail. It is a space opera RPG from the makers of Genshin Impact. And it just says coming soon. And then they also had another game called Zenless Zone Zero. And it just looks like a absolute wild anime action game. Both of them look really good. I'm just curious if they're full-fledged games, if it's going the free-to-play models on those too, or how they're handling those. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Basically, Zenless Zone Zero wouldn't surprise me because it looks like a way more action-packed Genshin Impact. But they both look very, very good. After that, we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge trailer. We find out it's coming June 16th. Casey Jones is in it. Not DLC. I was afraid he was going to be DLC. So glad he's just in it from the beginning. Up to 6-player co-op.
That's
online
wild.
And couch.
That's wild.
And it's coming out on everything, including Game Pass.
Yes, sir.
Cannot wait. The reviews have been coming out today, and they're all just been
very good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
We got a trailer for some game called Super People. Final beta is August 17th. The final beta, so I guess they've had previous betas. Humankind, that is that like RPG or RTS kind of game. It's coming to consoles and day one to Game Pass.
Yeah.
We got a trailer for One Piece Odyssey. So the anime One Piece is getting a brand new RPG game. Looks pretty good. Coming in 2022. Soul Hackers 2 got a super short trailer just to show up some of the English voices. That is coming August 26th. Xbox Game Pass and Stadia are going to be available on Samsung TVs come this summer. Capcom Arcade Stadium 2nd is coming on July 22nd. Metal Hellsinger. The demo is out now on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox.
You play it?
It'll be out in 2022.
Awesome.
I did play it. I am terrible at it, so I need to work on it because I really want to play this. I mean, it's my.
Is it a rhythm
I want
problem?
to
Is it
play
a rhythm
it.
problem?
It's a rhythm shooter.
I know, but I'm asking you. Is it a rhythm problem for you?
That's the thing. It's like and I love rhythm games.
Yeah.
But like I've never done it in like this style, like a first-person shooter. But also, I was having troubles with every time I did the calibration, I was getting like completely different like things.
Oh, different like readings on it when you're doing it?
Like every time I was getting like the video and the audio.
Oh, God.
Like, each time I did it, it wasn't even like close. So I need to like work on it. Like I think that might be part of my problem is the timing.
Yeah, I forgot he did like. Remember he had to calibrate like Rock Band?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Back in the day.
Well, Rock Band was nice because especially with the Rock Band guitar, you just held it up to the TV and
Right.
it did it for you, which
Right.
that was nice. But yeah, but like I finally got to a point where I was kind of getting in because the more you get, so you start with the basic background, but the more you pick up the beat, the more of the song starts playing. And then once you get into like and then once you get more into it, then the vocals kick in. I felt like when the vocals kicked in, I was actually able to keep the beat better than the beat. So it's like almost like, okay, I got to get to that point to really keep it going then. So I don't know. I want to try. I only played it very briefly. I want to try it some more, but like because it's like that's my kind of game.
I've watched a few gameplay videos, and if I suck at the game, can I just download the music somewhere? Because
I'm sure you
It's
can.
so good. The music's so good. Every trailer, the songs they've picked have been awesome. Then we get a quick trailer for The Quarry. So there's more of that. We got an updated trailer for Nightingale. Or Nightingale. This was kind of like the world building, but then you pick cards, and then that makes the world depending on like what cards you pick, and then you explore it and stuff. I don't know.
90% of all indie games are world building right now, so
Well,
I'm like just so
it's
far
all
beyond
the
and
same.
I could not care less.
so we're in the world building phase.
Yeah.
A few years ago was walking simulators.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we need to go backwards.
Which-
Not kind of. No, this is like you have a blank if it's like world or land or whatever it is, and you like plant. You play like more like Sims. Like you like plant things, and then you build a society. More like it is more like Farmville actually.
Yeah.
Well, then if that's the case, society is taken.
But you only got to buy it once. Unlike Farmville, you got to keep
You keep putting
buying
that money
shit
in.
over
Yeah,
and over
exactly.
again.
Oh my god, it sounds terrible.
It is.
After that, we delve a little bit into Saints Row, the remake.
Yeah.
The Boss Factory is now available. The Boss Factory demo is basically just create your character.
Yeah.
You can create your character, which is kind of nice though because there is a lot to use. From what I didn't load it up yet, but from all the trailers, it seems like there's a lot to. And I usually don't like spending time creating my character, because it's like I just want to get into the game. So this is kind of your opportunity to do that a little bit.
Do they still have the dong size slider in there?
From what I could tell from the trailer, it kind of looked like they did. I didn't, like I said, I don't know, but like they did show them the people naked, and they were blurring out the bits.
The blur keeps getting longer.
Yep, it's not like Cyberpunk where the dongs just went flopping around.
Yeah, that glitch. Like if you're on a motorcycle, all of a sudden you guys just naked.
Yeah.
Just flopping in the wind.
That's the last place I want to be naked.
That's right. After that, we got an updated new trailer for Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide. Got a release date, September 13th, and that will be on PC and Xbox as well as Game Pass. Then we got a trailer for Layers of Fears coming in early 2023. It's basically Layers of Fear 1 and 2 redone in Unreal Engine 5.
Oh, that's what that is.
It looked amazing.
Yeah, those also always pique my interest, and it's, also they've been like all those have been free. Like,
Oh,
all
yeah.
over the place.
Oh, yeah.
So I have I have a copy
Yeah.
whenever I want to. I just never play it.
And it's also in VR too on Quest.
No, yeah. Well, we've already been over this.
Then we got a new trailer for Gotham Knights coming October 25th.
What's wrong, Mike?
I'm still hoping.
Y'all can't see my face right now.
Yeah.
is worried.
It's a concerned face.
It's a concerned face. I've been concerned since the Nightwing Red Hood gameplay demo. From then on, like I don't know about this one.
I'm hoping.
It's the problem that I foresaw when you have four. It's like the NFL team. If you have two quarterbacks, you have no quarterback. If you have four playable characters in this, you don't have one good one. Then like you just got to focusing in on Batman himself gave you a chance to make Batman awesome.
Right.
The likelihood you're gonna make all four of these playable characters awesome and fun to play is so low. And I'm a Red Hood fan, and he looked boring as fuck in those videos. So that was kind of depressing to me.
Well, my hope is Batgirl still looks awesome. Because
they haven't showed her yet.
Not yet. That was from when they announced it. I'm like, yes, because it was the version of Batgirl they picked. I'm like, yes, that's the version I want to be. But I don't know. We'll see. Still got a little time. Still got 4 months.
I know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Then we wrapped up the show with something that leaked right before the show by PlayStation themselves.
I know,
which
Jesus
is
Christ.
kind of hilarious. The Last of Us Part 1 coming on September 2nd of this year. It is a complete remake of Part 1, basically in Part 2's engine. For the most part, is pretty much what they're doing.
Complete remake is not what I've read. What I've read is they're keeping the same voice acting lines, they're keeping the same mocap, they're putting the new graphics on it.
Yeah, they're funneling all that stuff into Part 2's engine, more or less.
Sorry, that's kind of what I should have.
I
should have said full remake. That was
I'm not paying $70 for a graphic upgrade.
No,
I'm not paying $70 for a game that doesn't need to be remade.
And they took the multiplayer out too, so it's less content you're getting. I mean, not that anyone really. I mean, well, actually, people said I've heard people actually enjoy it. People love so it's not including that.
Yeah, it does include the DLC, LA's DLC. It does include that. Yeah,
And you know, for me, I just played Remastered for the first time right before 2 came out, and that, I was impressed with the way that looked.
Yeah, it looks great.
Of course, this does look better, but I still don't feel like this was necessarily needed.
No.
I don't know. I'd rather Naughty Dog just keep going.
I totally agree with that.
Just keep doing,
right.
Not necessarily Last of Us Part 3, just keep doing new stuff.
Anything. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, this feels more like something that's going to come out along with the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
More than anything else. So, it feels, and also putting, Part 1 on it makes it, much more appealing, when it's on the shelf. There's Part 1, there's Part 2, now I have the story. So, I think that is probably the reasoning behind it, as opposed to, we need to do this, or, we should probably do this. When they have, a whole catalog of games that could be redone. It looks great. But I don't think I'm going to play through. I'm not going to buy it for $70 and play through it again.
No. And that's the thing. I don't feel. I mean, it is probably because I did just recently, play through it. So I don't feel I enjoy. I enjoyed the first one more than the second one. I did enjoy the first one very much, but it's I don't feel like I need to go through it again. Mm-hmm. Either it wasn't that type of a game where it's man, I want to play that again.
Your experience isn't going to change.
It's right, exactly. Right. It's still the same. It's not one of those where it's oh, well, you know what? Last time I played, I did this. Now I can do this. And
right.
It's not like a brand change.
Yeah,
right. It's going to be the exact same game, just look prettier. That's it.
This feels so much like a Sony cash grab to me, because The Last of Us is such a loved property at this point, and people who love that series are going to go out and spend $70 on this game.
The Firefly edition for $100 sold out instantly.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I when this was rumored months ago, I said I don't think The Last of Us needs to be remade. They did the remaster for PS4, and it looks great still. It plays great. I mean, and the fact that they're just they're keeping the same mocap, same voice acting, they're not redoing any of that. It's literally just we're putting the better character models on and better environments, and that's it. And I'm definitely not paying $70 for this. If I even buy this, it'll be years down the road when I feel you know what, The Last of Us was a great game. I'm gonna go through that again.
Yeah. It'll still be $70 3 years later.
Well, I still won't buy it.
Sony's taking the Nintendo.
It'll be on PlayStation Plus Extra.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's hope.
In 2 years,
let's hope.
it'll be fine.
That's what I'll play. Is when they get on there. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, to me, it's just like it's cool. I'm super. If anyone's not played that game,
hey,
dude, this is awesome for them.
Keep holding off.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But this like again for me personally, this didn't do anything for me.
Another thing, which I know this game would not have been included, but thinking about like the state of play, which granted was, a week back or whatever, 2 weeks, whatever the hell it was, I don't remember at this point. And this, like, they missed the opportunity to go the Xbox route and been like on PlayStation Plus Extra, on PlayStation Plus.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
whatever the top tier is, Ultimate. I don't know.
Premium.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Like they need to start marketing that shit if they expect this to be some kind of, not even a competitor, just like even just an option for their player base.
Right.
Like they need to get that name out there other than these stupid blog posts and confusing and incomplete communications they're putting out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe that's why they haven't done it yet because they realize their messaging has sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like I noticed like watching the Xbox conference and every Xbox conference since Game Pass has been a thing.
Right. Oh.
And then watching the Sony ones now, it's like they missed an opportunity on all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about Xbox One here in a second, but it's just like they're like we're gonna have this many games are gonna, and this many of them is gonna be on Game Pass, like before the show even started. So and then they had like a big graphic later on that shows like what the next 12 months looks like, and they had Game Pass over all the things that had Game Pass on it. And like I mean, we all know that that's their biggest thing that they're doing right now is trying to get people logged on to Game Pass as much as possible.
Right.
And they do a good job of it because they show you all the reasons why you should.
Right.
And extra and premium both have reasons for you to do it, but unless you're like in the hardcore circle like we are, like people aren't going to know what the fuck that is.
No idea. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, my brother plays video games, but he's not reading PlayStation blogs or following them on Twitter.
Right.
When Halo Infinite had the commercials, the very last thing is like available with Game Pass. Available. With Microsoft Game, like it says it on the commercial.
Right.
So I think you're dead on with that one, Art. Like they gotta figure out they got it out there now.
I would say I think part of the problem too is like I think they're kind of just doing things as this progresses. Like I'm not sure they wanted to put this out this quickly. They didn't have time to plan all their communications, and like they're just kind of rolling with the punches at this point, and they need to not be doing that.
Yeah, the classic catalog definitely feels that way. Like it's there, but like real sparse.
Yeah,
and that's the other thing I was gonna say. Like. I know why they did it because they wanted to stick it to all these people that started stacking Plus subscriptions once this started getting rumored out there, but like that was part of the beauty of Xbox like letting you upgrade for $1 was their game catalog at the beginning was not that great. They didn't have a whole lot out there. It took time for them to get the first party stuff out there even, but like you paid $1.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You paid $1
for 3 months.
No, you paid $1 to upgrade whatever you had.
You're right. If whatever you had, you're right.
And then it was equivalent, and they even said you can stack up to 3 years before you do. Like they were almost saying like, hey, do this before you pay the $1. Like they were telling people to do this.
But like
because they wanted to get you. Because once they got you, they got you.
Yeah.
Like and like that's the thing for me. Like I don't foresee myself ever getting rid of Game Pass. Like 100%. At this point,
as long as I have an Xbox, I'll have Game Pass.
100%.
Exactly.
But like that's the thing. Like you paid $1, and you don't have a whole lot of room to complain at that point if the catalog's a little bit sparse because it just started and you paid $1.
Like, okay, cool. I got a couple. If anything, I think at the beginning I was like, I think I downloaded like 2 games. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
I got to play these 2 games I never got to play before for $1, basically.
Right. And then over time, now they've had time to build up the catalog and partner with everyone.
I'm downloading a game. I'm deleting shit and downloading shit.
Right, and that's the point. Like now you're so into that ecosystem, and you're so used to going out there looking for games that when that expiration date comes up, you're gonna be sitting there. If it ever does, because there's like every Black Friday you can buy cards and
that's right.
I'm good
stack them
right now.
2024
next Christmas.
I don't know when I'm good till, but it's a while. But like, if that date ever comes, it's gonna be like, shit. Well, I guess I'm clicking the button for $15 a month.
Yep.
Anyways, there's more stuff we need to talk about.
Microsoft.
But I know that was the last time we were gonna mention PlayStation, so I wanted to bring that up
for sure.
No, absolutely. I don't know. I give the Summer Game Fest a solid C.
It was fine.
Like it was fine. It's kind of what I expected out of Jeff's stuff now. Like you get some of that big stuff, mostly indie. Random stuff, and then end with something bigger. Which I mean, if that didn't get leaked, I mean, it would have been big.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of the Keighley stuff is also honestly the Game Awards. I feel like has better announcements.
Yeah,
the Summer Games Fest has more like the dates and like finer details about games we mostly know about already.
That's true.
Which is also good.
Yeah. All right. Xbox and Bethesda
Here we
Showcase. Here we go. We kick things off with Redfall coming in 2023, day one for Game Pass. So this is basically a team base up to 4 players. You can, I mean, they're very throughout they're talking. You can do it solo or up to 4 players. Vampires, all that good stuff. Each 4 of the characters have their own powers and stuff like different like special abilities. You could essentially play with 4 of the same character. Like so, it's like so that's kind of nice that you're like, all right, we all got to pick which one we want to be. No, you can be whatever you want.
Yeah, right.
That's kind of nice.
It avoids that bickering when you get a group together. Like, oh, I want to be this person. I wanted to be that person.
Yeah,
that's who I always play. That kind of stuff. No, you can play whoever you want, which is,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool for like a PvE type thing like that.
I think it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it definitely looks like fun. It definitely gave me a little Deathloop vibes on it too, and then the gunplay and the powers and things like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I did like that a lot too. I just don't know if it's gonna hold up for the amount of the campaign because that looks fine, but I don't know if I'm gonna want to do that for 15, 16 hours.
Right. I think it looks good. I think it looks interesting. My concern with it is the first title in a new IP. You're gonna be doing a lot of repetitive stuff.
Sure.
Throughout, which I mean, I'm not really gonna, discredit them for that. I mean, that's just kind of how games are with the first time through. You put the first one out, and there's some repetitiveness, but then you get feedback, you find out what your players do and don't like, and you iterate for the next game.
And like most arcane games don't hit for me. Like I tried Dishonored, it really didn't hit for me. I tried Prey, and it really didn't hit for me. I mean, Deathloop was an arcane game, right?
I think so.
I think it was too. I'm like 99% sure it was. So like that was the first one I hit, and it hit hard. I love that game. That was my game of the year last year. So like that alone, it gives me like the little pause, being like, let's see what happens here, because they got the stuff there. So we'll see if they can make it sustain for that long. But like what Art just said, like it definitely felt like here is our main idea. Here's where we're gonna get a game out, and then the next one's gonna be great.
Deathloop is arcane.
Okay.
And everyone says though too, like like being arcane. Okay, you kind of know what to expect for gameplay, and then but then everyone does say too, like so you might not get any surprises there, but everyone says like they're excellent storytellers.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that however the story works out, like it was kind of a little weird, like the way that like they were displaying the story a little bit here. Like it was like, oh, okay, it was kind of like a teenage, like kind of like not so serious, like oh shit, like oh my god, like so I am kind of curious to see how I'm hoping that this story kind of keeps me going, like even if it's repetitive, that the story is like interesting enough to keep me going, at least get through it once. You know what I mean?
One thing that I think could help with the whole repetitive nature of the game, which I don't know, whatever, would be, since there are 4 different characters with different abilities, if you can switch characters during the game.
Right.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like especially if you're playing solo too. Like if you can switch
I'm wondering if you're playing solo, do you have 3 AI bots with you, and then can you switch to one of them if you just want to switch it up? I mean, that would help keep what could otherwise be kind of a stale, repetitive game loop a little more.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
I really like the idea of them like receding the waters around the island, so like everyone's trapped on there, but and the island's got an open world, so you gotta get a chance to move. And it's like the different tourist traps were like the main hub pieces. That felt like Deathloopy, where it's like you have these main sections that you can go to. So I thought that was neat, and I liked that a lot. Talk about repetitiveness though, like they had a repeating dialogue in the trailer. Yeah, like they had. I heard, and it wasn't even like in the gameplay, but in the trailer they showed like after that, like they had repeating dialogue in that, which is a little concerning.
Yeah.
So, but again, that game is coming out next year, right?
Yeah,
now,
2023.
So
never know. It got to late till next year. So
it's Xbox Bethesda. Everything got pushed to next year.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Xbox is not going to let Bethesda do their thing where they release buggy stuff and then update it down the line. I think
we don't know that until they put it out.
Well, true, but I think they're trying to get a little bit more of a stable place. Probably at least.
We'll see when they start pumping these games out. I mean,
yeah. Let's see. Okay, and then this was a surprise to a lot. Hollow Knight, Silksong. So the sequel to Hollow Knight was showed off here and is coming day 1 to Game Pass, which is huge, and that looked awesome.
I don't know why the hell I've never played Hollow Knight. That looks like
hell.
Yeah,
It's
but
hard.
but that looks like a game I would like.
Hollow Knight's awesome. The first one's really. It is cool.
It's long. I think every time I look at it, like, I'm gonna play this game. Then I looked up how long to beat, and it's like 30 hours. I'm like, how the hell is this even possible?
Yeah, no, I haven't played much of it.
What do you mean a 30-hour platform? Like,
God damn.
Yeah. After that, we got a console launch exclusive.
Console launch time.
At least,
console
at least
exclusive.
it, I felt like the wording they use now made more sense than they had in the
Dude,
past.
that E3 from like 2018 was just like, none of this. These are all fake words. They don't mean anything.
I appreciated they were kind of more clear on what was going on there.
Yeah.
The one issue I did have was when they were strung together like 4 or 5 of these videos at a time.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, wait, was that for the one that you sent or the one that's coming up?
Right.
Yeah, it seemed like it started with what kind of exclusive it was, and then the trailer ended with it was on Game Pass day one or not.
Right.
And I think that's how that was supposed
Yeah,
to go,
I
but
think
I'm not
so,
sure
yeah.
either.
I don't
I had
know.
to. I'm not 100 percent
Because
sure
there
on
was
that.
times too where they would put it. They would have a date on something, but it wouldn't say day one with Game Pass. So I'm assuming if it had a date, it is day one. But they didn't say that. Like it was. That was like a little bit confusing in this, but at least this here that made more sense. Console launch exclusive. Okay, it's launching on this console first. Like, got it. It's from the makers of Trover Saves the World, Rick and Morty, High on Life, coming October 2022. Day one on Game Pass. This looks fun as hell.
Yeah, all the guns were like real monsters.
I was saying, I'm pretty sure that the way it looked just looked like a episode of, not just like, but you could tell Rick and Morty, the person who made that was somehow involved in this. It looked art style was similar.
He never changed his voice either.
Oh, it's the same voice.
It's the same voice.
Yeah.
Even for like the Trover Saves the Universe, it's the same voice. Like Accounting Plus, it's the same voice.
Yeah.
Like it's always the same voice with all the games too. But no, it looked fun.
It looks fun, yeah. So after that, we had our first time of actually seeing a person on the screen, which I will say was very, very few and far between, which was excellent.
Yeah, no, this was like
games.
Yeah, 100%. It was like rapid fire. It was I appreciated that about this.
Even when people
presentation.
talked, it was quick.
Yeah,
like, it was very quick. But this is where we found out that every game showing during this show would be out in the next 12 months, which I thought was a very interesting concept. Like, I thought that was very cool. Just because it's like, how many times do we see stuff and it's like, God knows when that's coming out. Like, I'm used to that with my Square Enix. Like, this is kind of nice. I mean, obviously, there's probably at least be a couple delays in here.
Well, yeah.
But at least that's good to know. So then we jumped into we got a partnership with Riot Games. So if you are a PC Game Pass user, League of Legends, all champions unlocked. League of Legends Wild Rift, all champions unlocked. Valorant, all ancients unlocked. Legend of Runeterra, Foundation set unlocked. And Team Fight Tactics, select Little Legends unlocked. I mean, from what I've been reading
Steak
online,
was pumped about this.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
He's going to get all of that League of Legends.
But it sounds like this is amazing.
Yeah, I'm happy for a lot of people.
They said that this was just PC?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was wondering if they were going to try to bring Valorant to console.
That'd be.
I'm surprised they haven't.
They made down the line.
That's the only one of the bunch that I see like really translating over to console.
Yeah.
I mean, the MOBAs are PC, but that one, first person shooter.
Yeah. So after that, we got a brand new trailer for A Plague Tale Requiem coming 2022, day one on Game Pass.
Yep. I was already pumped for that game, and I'm even more pumped that I've already paid for it.
I need it now.
Oh, dude.
I need it now.
And that looks like it's going to go places. I mean, the first one went places. I imagine this was going to as well.
This one's going to go different places.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited about that one,
This
too.
is going to be depressing. In the best ways possible, though.
I don't think
more so.
I don't think there's ever been a happy Plague Tale. So, no, yeah, I'm super. I mean, it looks great. I think the first one is on Game Pass now.
I mean, I played through it on Game Pass. I don't know if it still is. I'm assuming
Yeah.
it still is because this one's coming day one.
Yeah,
would
I
assume
imagine
that-
as such. Yeah, that one's definitely one to go if it is in your backlog. Like, go check that one out before the second one comes out. That's gonna be a good game
for sure. After that, we got our first look at Forza Motorsport coming in spring 2023. It looked very, very, very.
Looks pretty as always.
as always.
Yeah,
Ray tracing on track while playing.
yeah,
That's huge.
ray tracing bouncing off car parts.
Oh my god. Everything they showed looked amazing.
We were showing that. We got the gold wrapped engine parts. I'm like, is that a real fucking thing?
All right.
Is that a real thing outside of like, you know,
it was platinum threaded. Cool,
Sultans
platinum
in,
threaded. I don't fucking
Saudi
know.
Arabia?
I don't know. But I'm pumped. I always enjoy those games.
It's
for a while until because they always hit that point where it gets too hard, and then I'm done.
My torque ratio's off. Oh, yeah. That sounds like fun.
It's one of those things. Like I feel like you always hear about their big technological advances with the motorsport games, but I feel like just like Gran Turismo, I feel like those games are like an inch wide and a mile deep. Like you're racing, but if you're into cars, it's so detailed.
Oh yeah.
But and then like the Horizon ones come out where there's more to do. It's more more for the common folk, I guess. You know, anyone can kind of pick up and play and have a good time with the Horizon games.
Right.
So it's one of those things like, yes, it looks beautiful, and I'm sure there's some great tech under the hood, but racing's not my forte. I'm not a car guy. That inch wide, mile deep is not going to get it done for me on this, even though, I know it's going to be a Game Pass game. Like, I'll save my 100 gigs or whatever.
Shit, this one I think might go past Horizon.
Horizon's like 120, 130 something.
It's
like
beautiful. I'm sure the people who love those games are going to love this one, but
Absolutely.
like you, I suck at driving games. Like, you're probably better than me. I suck at driving games.
Like I said, I usually start off really good, and I always eventually hit a point. After that, I got another gorgeous trailer for Flight Simulator. The 40th anniversary pack's coming in November 2022.
And this is a thought I had because they did these two back to back. I'm like, Microsoft's most technologically impressive games are these very niche audiences, you know, racing and Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
Like, these games are so like visually stunning, technically impressive, and they have like the narrowest possible audience they can have of any of their IPs.
Yes. Before we started recording, I told these guys I got a Series S for the basement, and my girls have been all over it, and they found Flight Simulator, and they were trying to fly from O'Hare in Chicago to Indianapolis, and like they give you like step-by-step instructions how to take off and everything like that. But it's like every single time is just like, all right, release parking brake, accelerate, press the throttle, all the way to max, and then pull back on the stick, and they go from they pull back all the way. So it's just like they're like, zzz, and then they go vertical immediately, and then they're upside down, and then they're on the ground.
I do not want to get on a plane with them.
You gotta be easy, girls, easy.
Also, the Pelican from Halo was available now.
Yes,
that was neat.
So now you can fly around the world in the Pelican.
That's really cool.
I'm
And into space.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm curious if that controls differently than like an airplane, because obviously it's not an airplane.
It should, you should be like rocketing past, like
it should be like the process you just outlined should be completely different for that vehicle because it's not an airplane.
Yeah, it should have like the hover lift off.
Right,
You go
exactly.
straight up and you can go up.
So after that, we got a brand new trailer for Overwatch 2. It's finally coming out.
Wake up.
Early access, October 4th. And it's going to be on that free to play. So that's pretty cool.
That's a very good move for them.
Very cool. Then we got a trailer for Ara History Untold. Will be day one on PC Game Pass. It's RTS.
Oh,
Another RTS.
Every single time when you mention a game, I'm like, I don't remember that one. It's an RTS.
If I don't remember, I have to write.
Oh, that's why I
have to write down
out.
RTS because otherwise I will forget. So then we get into some of the Bethesda stuff here. The Elder Scrolls Online High Isle expansion is coming out on Xbox on June 21st. Fallout 76, the Pit expansion, is coming out on September 2022.
Cool.
I got really confused when I first saw the graphic for that because I just saw it in that graphic they put out at the end. Like, here's our 2022 games, here's our 2023 games. And I saw the Pit. All I could read on it was the Pit, and I'm like, it's a fucking Fallout 3 expansion. What do you mean it's coming out now? It turns out
It's a Series X expansion.
it's Fallout 76.
That's right. After that, Forza Horizon 5 is getting its first expansion. The Hot Wheels expansion coming July 19th. This looks like a huge expansion on what they used when they tried doing this before. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's like when you play Horizon, like they have like the Horizon festivals, like the nexus of everything you're doing, and you can like spread out from there. This is like happening in the sky apparently. So, but they have like like when you get like a Hot Wheels track and they have like one like a centerpiece when you have like 5 different tracks going off of that. Like they have a centerpice like that too.
Yeah.
Where it's like your main location, which I think is just really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, that was on Motorsport 3, I think, had that
I
too.
want to say it was for 3.
And that was super popular. And they did Lego
Oh,
last
yeah,
time.
they did Lego
it was
last
very
time.
well received.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so
This looks even better.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
It looks really neat. It does.
After that, we got a family trailer. Arc 2, 2023. Vin Diesel shows up again. Family. Day 1 on Game Pass.
I don't know what's 0 to 60 on T-Rex. I don't know.
We got a console launch exclusive. I did miss the vocals on those.
What we should have done, if a smart video that I've seen no one do online yet, that we should do if we had the ability and time and not real jobs, is we should have rated all these different presentations like world exclusive like thing, and like we should have had like given an award for the best world exclusive.
Yeah.
What do they call that? Like when the before video, like the wipe screen, or whatever they call it. Like we gotta find out.
The title.
The title screen from before.
Yeah.
Like we need to find out who had the best one.
Yeah.
By the way, it was a PC gaming show. They had the best one.
Nice.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
We're not making this video art.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you COVID again.
I'm very creative in COVID, apparently.
So the console launch exclusive. We got a brand new trailer for Scorn. It looks disgusting. It looks fantastic. We finally have a date, October 21st, coming on Game Pass.
Sure.
I already have it pre-installed. Cannot wait. Been waiting for that.
I remember like right before like this current generation of consoles came out, and they had like the announced games. I remember Ryan McCaffrey from IGN, who is usually like on point with things, kept talking about like, man, they're like this is like gonna be the best launch series, like best launch games ever. They have all these games, like, and like not a single. I think not a single one came out at launch.
Nope.
And he kept like talking about like, oh, Scorn's gonna be at launch. Like there's not a chance in hell that Scorn's coming out at launch. Like it's like you can't you can't even be like, you can't even say that.
No.
And it's been 2 years later, and it's finally coming out.
Finally.
And honestly, I don't know how I feel about it.
It might be a great game. I said this before, but listening to the Easy LS podcast, that was a paid like sponsor advertisement that got read every week, and just hearing it week after week, I just got so sick of hearing it. I could care less about it.
They talked about on their recap for this. They talked about like, yeah, we can't review this game or like have any real impressions about it because we took money from them forever. So like they said they couldn't, like in good conscience they couldn't they couldn't review it.
After that, we got a very cool trailer for a game called Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, coming in early 2023. It'll be day 1 on Game Pass. This kind of looks like the response to The Forgotten, that Square Enix game. Forspoken, thank you.
Yes.
Forspoken. It looked very similar, but it looked good. It looked very good. I thought. It looked fun.
Yeah, I think that one's gonna play like feel different than it looks. If that makes any sense. I think that one might be fun, a lot of fun to play. But looking wise, this looked good too. But I don't know. I felt like that wasn't on my radar when this is all said and done, but it looked good.
Yeah. Then we got into some Minecraft. Minecraft Legends coming out in 2023. That'll be day 1 on Game Pass, of course.
Another Minecraft spin-off.
More Minecraft. Mm-hmm. Everyone thought it was gonna be Minecraft 2.
Never. There will never be a Minecraft 2.
There's no reason.
Even if they did, I don't think it would. It would just be like version 2.0.
Well, right,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
like,
right. Just like
they would have to
update,
make like a big enough like addition to it. Be like, all right, we've finally done enough. This is now officially Minecraft 2, and nothing changes. You know, it's just like I think that's what they would ever do one, if they were to ever do one.
Right. So we got another console launch exclusive, Lightyear Frontier, coming in spring 2023. Kind of look like a bright mech type game.
Oh yeah.
Was that the one where you're like, it shows them in a mech and you're like establishing like a colony on a new planet, kind of?
You just described like 14 games.
I don't know how better to describe it. Like it starts off, you land on a planet in a mech and you start like putting down plants. And,
yes.
Yeah. Like you're creating like the agriculture and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
It was like the mech was like your robo buddy, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
At one point, you go in from a mech on legs to being on like tank tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. After that, we got a new trailer for Gunfire Reborn. Looks pretty wild. Coming in October 2022 for Game Pass. Then we got a console launch exclusive, The Last Case of Benedict Fox, coming spring 2023. Day one on Game Pass.
Mike game.
And me too.
Indeed,
That looks
Mike
awesome.
game.
HP Lovecraft style, like vibes.
Felt
and
insidey, like going side to
Yep.
side.
Yep.
Yeah, they had me sold. Like when he has like a flashlight and he's looking on the ground. Then he flashes it up and there's just like this weird like tentacle monster up there. Like it looks like a shadow. Like okay,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, it looks great. After that, we got another Mike game, As Dusk Falls,
Yes,
coming July 19th.
I had that one preloaded on my Xbox.
Day one on Game Pass. I did too. I did preload that one as well. This is basically a narrative with a stop motion, very interesting type of graphic style.
Yeah,
it looks wild.
Yeah, it's like photos with like paint over them.
Yeah.
Is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like there's a lot of choice in there. That's another one of those games you can play with like up to 8 people. Like people on their phone, on their phones can play. Like one person with a controller in hand, everyone else has phones.
Yep.
Majority rules for decisions and things like that. Yeah, I'm pumped for that one.
Yeah. We got another console launch exclusive, Naraka Blade Point, coming June 23rd for Game Pass. Supposedly 10 million players are playing this Battle Royale samurai craziness game.
You lost me at Battle Royale.
Yeah, me too. Game looked cool until then.
Yes. Yeah, that's not for me.
Nope. Then we got a trailer for a new game from Obsidian Entertainment, Pentiment, coming November 2022. Day one on Game Pass, of course. This kind of has that like old school cartoon
Renaissance-y painting type feel to
yeah.
it. Yeah, I like that one. I like this one too. Yeah, it looked interesting. I like that one too.
I like when Obsidian does games like that.
Yeah, just like I love when any of those big companies just try something different.
Yeah. Speaking of Obsidian, Grounded is out of early access in September 2022 finally. So you'll be able to play the full story and all that other good stuff. I might finally give it a run now that with the campaign and stuff, because I've heard great things about this game. Nothing but great things. I just never got it. It's just multiplayer right now. So, but I wouldn't mind going through a story of this to check this out. Console launch exclusive, Ereban Shadow Legacy, coming in 2023. Day one on Game Pass. This was that.
Oh, she's like a girl in the city, and like she's like in the darkness or something.
Yeah. That looked pretty wild.
Yeah,
that looked interesting. We'll see.
Something I didn't like about that, and I don't remember what it is now.
Then we got our first look at Diablo 4, really. The Necromancer is the 5th and final class. It is coming 2023. And they showed off way more than I expected. They showed off a ton of this game.
Mm-hmm.
I need that game now.
So how do you feel about Diablo Immortal now? Is it just like, oh, I gotta play this?
Kind of. I mean, after seeing that, like, because it's basically, Diablo 4 is gonna be open world, but like everything they were talking about, like just like all the different stuff you can do and all the different things that are be going on, and like, oh my god, like yes, like I am so ready for this the next level of Diablo, and this looks like the vibes of 2. It's very dark, very more gory and bloody. Like Diablo 3 was a little different and it was a little lighter, which I still love. I don't understand the hate that it got in terms of that type of hate. It was still Diablo. It was still felt like Diablo, played great, but this looks awesome. I flicked my screen. Where did I go? Here we go. It would not be an Xbox Showcase without Sea of Thieves, of course.
Well, yeah.
Sea of Thieves, July 21st, Season 7 is coming. You will be able to captain your own ship, create and name your own ship, and all that good stuff. And
I can't believe it took this long to make that happen.
Yeah.
You couldn't captain your own ship from the start?
Well, you did, but like now it's like the way they do it though is different now. Like it's like more of like an official type. Like you captain your own ship, but like now it's like your own. I don't know.
As opposed to like people on the ship, you have like a crew. Is
yeah.
That like,
So do you have like a bot crew basically?
I think so. Like that kind of. I don't know.
I fast forwarded.
I don't know.
I'm shocked that Sea of Thieves is A, been around this long, and B, done as well as it has.
Oh, it's huge. It's still huge.
It's still big.
People love it.
I know.
Absolutely love it. Honestly, the couple times I have played it with people, it has been a blast. It's not something that holds my attention for long, but then the couple nights I have played it,
Right.
it was a blast when we played it together. Like, it shouldn't have been, but it was. Like,
There's
I
no
guess
reason.
how I feel like. It was just so much fun. After that, we got a trailer for a game called Ravenlock, coming in 2023, day one on Game Pass. This looks awesome.
Different from Flintlock.
Yes.
Yes. This looked really cool. This kind of had like a Alice in Wonderland kind of vibe to it in a way. But like, man, I don't know. It just looks really cool.
God, I don't remember that one.
I need to see more of it. Then we got a console launch exclusive for a game called Cocoon, coming in 2023, day one on Game Pass.
That was one from one of the level designers or world designers from Inside and Limbo.
Yep.
But it looked very, very different than those games.
Yes, but I did like the whole. It was kind of interesting. Like you had the orbs,
Yeah.
and then sometimes you grab an orb, jump through another orb to get into another whole area. And
Yeah, it looked like
wild.
Yeah, it kind of gave that like the Ratchet and Clank rift apart feel. Like when you like you put it down and you go into it, but they showed you like sucking out like 4 of them all at once. No, it looked interesting. It looked, like I said, it looked very different than that guy's previous games.
Yeah.
But it looked very cool.
Yeah. After that, we got a trailer from Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja making their way back to Xbox. Wolong Fallen Dynasty coming early 2023, and it will be day one on Game Pass, which is awesome because that game's gonna be like hard as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's on Game Pass. I'll play that for that little bit because it looks awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of game that is though.
I think it's like Neo and that.
Okay.
Like those, like because it's from the same developers.
Oh yes.
It's like Neo.
Okay.
So it's gonna be and Neo and Bloodborne.
Okay.
It's from the same developers as them. So,
All right.
yeah, I definitely. It looked wild, but like I said, I know it's gonna be hard as hell. So then after that, we got to see our good buddy Phil Spencer finally came on stage, which things were getting wrapped up. Big announcement that long-awaited JRPG has made its way back. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be Final Fantasy VII remake on Game Pass.
Might be tomorrow.
But it might be tomorrow. But also, this is awesome as well. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royale are all coming to Xbox and all coming on Game Pass on day one. We're starting off with Persona 5 Royale. That'll be on October 21st with Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden to follow up. I'm so excited.
It being golden is cool because it's not
yes.
because you can play on PC, but it's not really a good way to play that currently.
Nope.
So that is a really cool thing for them.
Yeah. I am super pumped. The last time I played Persona 4 Golden was on my Vita. Didn't finish it, but I was 80 hours into it.
Oh my God.
So I am
Jesus
super pumped to
Christ.
dive back into that. Persona 3 Portable I never played. I did play Persona 3 FES, but I hear this kind of helps push along the stuff that was slow in that, but still has a lot of the good stuff. So I'm excited to try that version of it on Xbox Game Pass. And then they announced that they are working, of course, now with Kojima. They are working on a new cloud-based game. That's all we know.
Oh God, here we go. More years of just not getting information on what the game actually is.
Hey, PlayStation did it. Now Xbox can do it.
I'm not complaining about Xbox. It's the Kojima of it all.
I was going to say, it's the Kojima way.
Whatever I'm in.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It might be a great game. I just thinking back to Death Stranding, I hated the way they marketed that without actually telling you what the game was.
And now it's on Extra. I got to jump back into that. The
Director's Cut is on Extra. Yeah.
In premium. But yeah, did you see the petitions of people trying to get Kojima to cancel his game on Xbox? And then they had to put. Did you see that statement? No, Kojima Productions
No,
had
I
to
didn't
put
see
out.
that.
They put out saying, "Oh, well, we still have a great working relationship with Play." The fact they had to say that, people, Kojima doesn't. He's his own company. He can
right.
do what he wants.
Right. He's a third party. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do.
God, people just.
And I don't know, maybe we can get 2 Kojima games in a decade.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Give me more.
You're going to.
And after that, we got our big 10-minute finale of Starfield coming in 2023. We got our first look of the actual game itself, pretty much. As you walk out of the ship, I'm assuming it's that's your landing. That's going to be the beginning of the game. Honestly, I mean, The frame rate was a little rough, but again,
it's a work in progress.
Yep. I thought the minute he stepped outside, I was like, "Whoa, this looks incredible." It looks basically like No Man's Sky meets Fallout in space. But cool stuff. Like you're gonna be able to create your own hub world, which is cool. So and as you meet characters, you're gonna be able to hire them to maintain your hub world.
That's a weakness of mine. I love having like a home base and like populating it with like people I know in the game. Like I love that kind of stuff. And it's the same thing with your ship too. You can make your own ship.
Create your own ship. You could fly your ship that you make.
You may have crew members that you you meet in the world.
Yep.
I said it looked okay, and I only say okay. Visually, it looked great. The environment, and everything. I say okay, just on my personal interest. I'm not huge on the whole space thing.
Sure.
It's a bad year for you then.
I know.
Yeah.
The flying is one thing. Dogfighting in space is really not something I'm interested in.
It looked awesome. I'm not gonna, I'm usually terrible at that type of stuff, like myself. But it looked awesome from what they showed. Like I actually thought that looked better than like the gunplay they were showing off.
I'm gonna be really pissed when they destroy the ship that I put a bunch of time into.
Yeah, I feel like.
Designing.
I mean, I feel like that might not happen, but like. You can also like just steal someone else's ship too.
Right.
I mean it's all single player, but like if you find a ship in the world and you kill everyone in that ship, you can take their ship.
Right.
Grand Theft Jupiter, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. So like that stuff's super interesting. The amount of planets don't super interest me.
Over 1,000 planets to explore.
Because like there was one point when they were showing that new Atlantis city,
right,
which looks amazing.
Oh, incredible.
Amazing. Apparently it's huge too. Like again, like walking around a Bethesda game studios world town is always super cool. I mean, like the Skyrim towns and the Fallout 3 towns, and just like those are the things I remember most. Are like those areas. But when they zoomed out, they showed like the planet that New Atlantis was on, and there was a dot that had New Atlantis on there, and then there were no more dots on that planet.
Right.
So like, it could just be because they haven't. I mean, they may not be showing something, but when you have that many, is the rest of it just like resource gathering? Like you have resource gathering for 99% of the world, and you have a town. Is the last 1%? And you're visiting that? And which again, who knows? And again, that might be fine. Like I might need to have resources, but like I do want to have that experience of like getting to a planet and like finding something special there. I don't want to just be a barren wasteland for 99% of it.
Well, and I think this might be kind of steering a little too much towards realism because think about how many planets are out there, how many are theoretically inhabited.
I hear you.
So
but I'm playing a goddamn video game,
right?
And I want it to be fun,
right? And that's what I'm saying. It's too much towards the realism. Like, so when you do find an inhabited planet, like that will be a big deal. But like, how much time are you going to waste like finding these planets and landing on them, and realizing there's nothing fucking there?
Or you get some resources that you've already had,
or
you can get elsewhere.
Hopefully, there will be resources there you can grab. If it's just nothing that you can interact with, that's kind of a waste. My thought on it also is, perhaps they're putting that there for future expansion.
Oh, shit.
I could definitely see that. Absolutely. I could see that.
But like, I think it's, if they're doing it with the aspect of they want it to be special when you find like a planet that actually has civilization, I think they're steering too much towards realism.
There was a lot of, they showed a lot of the game, I thought. A lot of like, they showed like the character creation.
Yeah.
I like that you pick like, not like a class, like I'm not like a gunner, like I have like I'm a cook, or you know what I mean, like, and you have like different
you like 3 skills or
I think that is really cool. I think that's a really cool way to do it.
Neat.
That like, isn't that kind of a twist on like Fallout though, because you would pick like certain like perk skills or whatever,
right?
Can I get the mysterious stranger?
Oh man.
Yeah, you could tell it's based on that. It's a whole new concept
between like that and the gunplay, which I'm fascinated that they've gotten this outer space and all this shit, and they haven't moved past bullets. But the gunplay and like the interaction prompts that popped up just all screamed Fallout to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
which is fine.
It's fine. It's Fallout's part of who they are, and that's obviously going to have an impact on another role-playing game like this, first-person role-playing game. So you don't need to hide it, but it's just something I noticed watching that.
Yeah, it's I think these kind of games are kind of hard to show too because just how vast it is.
Right, and also you enter the ground like they said, like I think Todd Howard said right away, like this is one of the first planets you land on when they showed the guy getting out of the plane and then
everyone's like level 2, like all the enemies, all the pirates you're fighting were all like level 2.
So I think they really want to be careful about not showing too much more into the game because obviously they want that all to be something you experience and you're surprised by. Yeah. Plus, they still have like 9 months till the game comes out.
And like you're gonna play it differently, I'm gonna play it differently. We're all gonna play it all differently. So like. That's what I mean. That kind of game is usually kind of hard to show, but like I like some of the systems though. Like I said, I like having the base. I like making my own ship. I like I'm building a community of people I've met, and I can go back to that and like restock on sources or story or whatever.
I really hope they've improved the like base building aspect from where it was in Fallout 4.
It looked,
because in Fallout 4 you could do the settlements, but it sucked.
It looks snappy.
It does. It looks good. I mean, from what the quick littles they showed, it didn't look overly complicated either.
Yeah,
it looked pretty good. I mean, and the ship too.
Building
the ship looked very snappy.
Yeah, it looked better, and the fact that you can hire people to run it while you're not there, I think helps.
Mm. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm a sucker for those type of things. I didn't play Fallout 4. I bought the Super Mega Edition and I never played it because I got it was like one of those things. I think it was like a price here. I got it for like $35 when it just came out.
It's on Game Pass.
It's also on Game Pass.
Yep.
I know, but I already have the Super Edition on whatever. So like I mean, this is like I don't know, man. It's intriguing. It still feels further out than the beginning of next year. Like personally, if in a vacuum. They show this presentation, I'm thinking that's going to be end of next year.
Yeah.
At the earliest.
Well,
honestly.
I'm thinking,
and it still could be.
I'm not going to be surprised if it gets delayed again.
They said 12. They said, if this is true and stays within the 12 months, I see this being like early June. Like the
12th month.
Like seriously, the 12th month. Like I think Redfall.
12th month, 11th.
I wouldn't be surprised if Redfall is more like March.
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
March. That's because that seemed like it was kind of ready, like for what it is.
Well,
and then I could see this being like the June release, like
I say
beginning of June.
Redfall looks kind of ready. Also, they have less at stake with Redfall.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, no,
it's a new IP. This everyone's
been talking about Starfield for fucking ever,
and it's going to be an exclusive.
And it's exclusive.
I wouldn't, and that's why I wouldn't be surprised to see it pushed again because I really think they're going to try to get as close to perfection as they can on this one.
Yeah.
Like, I know every game now does that before they put out a game, but like this one especially, like by the time it comes out, it'll have been like 6 years since it's been announced.
Yep.
Officially announced.
Yeah.
It's been talked about for forever.
Yeah, they can't cyberpunk this thing.
Right.
No, I agree.
Is this next gen only?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
I hope so.
I believe so. I'll have to double check, but I'm almost positive it is.
I feel like it has to be.
Yeah.
I do too. And Cyberpunk should have been next gen only, but
Right.
So,
well, if it's exclusive, they have no reason for it not to be next gen only because they can do the cloud stuff on old consoles.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
So yeah, so that's the Microsoft conference.
So there was a couple things that were announced at the extended showcase. That was
I didn't see that.
Go for it. I didn't see it.
Really quick here. That game, Valheim,
Mm-hmm.
that huge game in PC, is coming to PC Game Pass in fall 2022.
Okay, that's good.
And it will also be coming to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass
cool.
in early spring. So that's big. Slime Rancher 2 is coming out in fall 2022. Day one on Game Pass.
Gotta tell Lucy.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is coming out in 2023. And that will be day one on Game Pass.
Is that another Ilphonic game?
Yep.
Oh, is it Ilphonics? I know it's in that style, but I don't know if that's.
I don't know if it's them. I don't know if it's for them for sure, but it's that same style.
I'm on
it. Master Chief is coming to Fall Guys on June 30th.
Why not?
Spartan, whatever it's called.
Yep. Spartan helmet.
I forget what it's called. And then they ended the show with a really like, you guys should go check this out if you guys didn't watch it. Really cool look at the developers of Stalker 2 and with their war.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They're Ukrainian based, aren't they?
Yeah, they actually were interviewing some of the guys that are making the games, and they're in their army uniforms in front of guns and shit.
They posted pictures of them. Yeah, like in
the middle of the war. And they were talking about their day as they were like, "Oh yeah, we were developing this, and then the sirens went off, and it's pretty intense to watch, but it was pretty cool of Microsoft to like really give this insight." And then they showed off the opening of Stalker 2, and of course it's been delayed but it will be coming right now. As of right now, 2023.
It's delayed. We have an excuse though. That's not
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah, right, exactly. But the opening that they did show looked amazing. So
I'm gonna check that out.
yes. So if if anything, go check it out. Even just for that stuff, it was very, very cool to see that stuff. But yeah, overall, I mean, I give this a B plus. Honestly, I thought it was a very good showcase. It showed a lot of good stuff. I mean, they were very up forward right away. Like, hey, next 12 months, this is what we're focusing on. So right away, it eliminated a ton of stuff I thought potentially could show up, which was good though. And yeah, it was very good.
My only issue, and it's like a personal thing, and it's like when they were showing like Microsoft Game Studios game, because it was like Microsoft Game Studios game,
Right.
Or like, console
Xbox
exclusive
Games
or
presents,
game
yeah.
studio. I was just like, all right, and it was just like grounded, like I'm like, all right, and Forza Horizon 5, like, all right. See things like come on, all right, one more time, all right, Microsoft Flight Simulator, god damn it, like I was just like, so like, again, I don't think Fable's coming out in the next 12 months.
No.
I don't think Hellblade's coming out in the next 12 months.
Yeah.
I don't think
Hellblade
I
wasn't
think-
shown.
I do see Hellblade end of next year.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
Because they have been talking about Hellblade for a long time, and we've been seeing stuff here and there. So at least I feel like that is coming the next, at least by the end of
Yeah, but I thought that might be
2023.
possible that they would show it, and then
Yeah.
like I mean, it was like one of those things where it's like I'm fighting against myself. Like, all right, next 12 months and expectations and things like that, which I think was good for them to frame it that way.
Yeah.
But like, there wasn't like that. There wasn't that like that juice, the hype moment. Like there wasn't.
Sure.
There wasn't a ton of that. I mean, Kojima showing up is cool, but again, that's just
Might
that's,
be expectation mongering.
No, I'm not.
Yourself?
No, it was more like.
Hope.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I didn't expect anything to be there, but like at one point, I thought Microsoft Game Studio was going to show something exciting.
Yeah.
That wasn't a game that came out, I don't know, 4 fucking years ago. So like that was really my only thing I had against it. What they showed, I thought
Fair
was
enough.
Yeah, and like I think Redfall looked good. I'm high on Starfield. Higher than I think the general internet consensus is. Honestly,
Me too. And that's usually not my type of game. And
So there's a lot of stuff there I really liked. I love the pacing of it. I love that it was game, and they showed some really cool indie stuff there we talked about too.
And mostly, almost all gameplay, like actual gameplay.
Gameplay and Game Pass.
Yeah.
So that was actually one of the things that I didn't like was, so before they said we're focusing on gameplay. And I don't know if it was just because I focused on what was being shown at that particular moment, but I felt like I saw like a whole lot of stuff that was not gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
They did show a lot of gameplay,
Yeah.
but when they say we're focusing on gameplay, I'm expecting like almost all gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it almost makes me wonder too if because art, like that Art 2, like that Art 2 trailer was obviously not any gameplay whatsoever,
Right.
And that is exclusive to Xbox at least at launch and stuff. So I'm sure Phil wanted that in there, but at the same time, I could see Phil I bet he was not happy. He was probably because I guess there was an article that came out, and the reason why this was focused is like I guess the year previous he was really upset because everything was CGI pretty much, and he's like, look, Sony doesn't do that. Like we can't keep doing this, and that's why he was pushing. And I have a feeling like there's a couple in there that they were like, hey, we need your submission. Like we have your spot. Right. I wonder if it was too late for them to like be like, and then they got it, and they're like, hey. I'm sure Phil said something to them about it because I'm sure that's what they wanted, though.
Yeah.
But
the games that we know are coming out from them, right? Like, we know about Hellblade 2 and that. I mean, we saw that at what did we see that at?
Game Awards.
Game Awards. So I mean, the second one, the actual like the gameplay.
The gameplay was like the Game Awards.
Oh yeah, because the year previous one was when they announced
of
it.
Series X.
Yeah, you're right. So like that, and then, I mean, Perfect Dark, I don't think is a game. At all, honestly.
Well, now that they've got the Crystal Dynamics team on it, I think that's why. They
keep losing like
that's
creative directors and like.
Wasn't Perfect Dark like they announced it and it was going to one of their studios that they had just started up by
it was the initiative
by hoarding people from all these other companies.
Quadruple A,
the 4A studio, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you have a studio, you've put together all these people. They haven't put anything out, but you're Perfect Dark.
Yeah,
here we go.
And I mean, and it's the same thing we keep talking about too. Is I mean, like they have all these studios, they have all this stuff going on, and like they're still not producing results.
Right.
They're not producing something on a shelf. So like they have a lot of things I'm excited about, but they don't have but we don't even know if those things are any good.
Sure.
Fable is a 45-second CG trailer.
Right.
Hellblade 2 looks good.
Yep.
That looks good.
We know that's coming.
And Perfect Dark. I said I don't think Perfect Dark even exists. What else is even coming out?
I was shocked we didn't see anything.
Indiana Jones is a 40-second trailer.
Nothing about Indiana Jones. I was shocked we didn't see anything about Avowed.
Avowed again.
That was the thing I thought we were. But
45-second CG
clearly
trailer.
That's not going to be the next 12 months. But it's like, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, why not? Like, how long has Obsidian been working on this? What's Obsidian like? It's like I understand Obsidian's got these other projects, but it's like, okay, but that's supposed to be your big title, like that you showed off early. Like you should be working on that quite a bit. Like or like, okay, if you want to do this, like here, 12 months and everything, but then be like, okay, now that we did after Showcase, Phil goes and does an interview. Okay, here's a quick update on the games that you didn't see that are coming. Like, here's just, even if it's just a quick, like, hey, production's going well on this, blah, blah, like, just like acknowledge, like, those.
I've played a snippet of blank.
Right. I played a vertical slice of this, like, and everything. Like, that's all they really need to do. Like, I mean, even if they don't show it, I wouldn't mind if Phil just acknowledges the games that are in development and gives just a quick 2 to 3 sentence update on each of those. Like, I would be okay with something like that.
Yeah.
That's enough to, like, okay, he's acknowledging it's still a thing and they're working. Like,
when does Xbox does like an annual like fan fest type thing, right?
well, this was the fan, but they usually have another one in like I think in the fall,
like
that
England.
XO.
Yeah,
I think it's called
in Europe
like,
somewhere.
London, I think London XO. I think that's usually, God, when is that? Like September, October, I want to say.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's sounding kind of right.
I'll say maybe they're holding off on that stuff more for them.
Maybe.
Because like if they were focusing just on the, we only want to talk about stuff that's coming out in the next 12 months here. Maybe that's why. And then when they have their fan fest, they'll dive more into those. Here's our Xbox Game Studios developers and what's going on.
But supposedly they did this because the feedback from last year was like, well, we want to know what's coming now. And that's why they did this.
And this to me felt like an overcorrection of that.
Right,
right.
Yeah. No,
and also in the same press conference, you're going to have Kojima come out and be like, I'm working on something.
Well, that's like, okay,
that is,
well, that's not going to be for at least 3 years. At least 3 years.
Yeah, but I mean, that's...
But it's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal. I mean,
that's like he pops up on the screen.
It doesn't matter.
The record scratches and everyone stops and looks up.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right, what they said before.
Oh yeah. I mean, he is a singular entity in the gaming world. Yeah. Like no other developer can show up on a screen and be like, "Whoa, shit!" Like no one else can do that.
Right. And the Xbox got him to work on something exclusive for them is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I think ultimately the point I'm trying to make is just like having something on these games that we have heard of is like even like a mention of it, like you said, like it'd be like the next 12 months, and I know, and because Xbox as like a gaming company right now, like their services are great, their system is great, they're just missing that last pillar of having those first party games, and they don't even need to be like. Reaching Sony's level of first-party games, I think, is like a pie-in-the-sky type of thing. I don't know if a Perfect Dark... I can't even imagine what a Perfect Dark would look like that could do what those games do. But, like, you can still have games come out for your systems that are 8s and 9s and completely change the conversation of anything that you would want to do in terms of just, like... If someone asked me, what game system do we buy? I would still say, if you're new to it, if you just want to, try some different things, you haven't played games in a while, Xbox all day long with Game Pass. Not even a question. You want to play the best things, you want to play the best games out there, you get a Sony system. And I think that's the definitive line in the sand for me. And Microsoft doesn't come and like the things that could do that in the future, we have no idea what they are.
Right.
We have no idea what they are. So. Yeah. All right, we got one. Are we doing one more? Are we doing Capcom real quick?
We could run through it really quick. This will be very quick. So Capcom had their show as well. They start off with Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is coming.
Arch is leaving. He's like, fuck,
he's a fuck
Capcom.
It's coming on June 30th. This is another major expansion. There's a demo available now for Switch and Steam. They show Capcom's own showcase, and they showed the shortest Street Fighter 6 trailer we've seen all weekend.
Yeah, it's old news.
That was kind of funny. Then we got a little quick trailer, just a reminder that Capcom Fighting Collection coming out on June 24th, which looks fantastic. Capcom Arcade Stadium 2nd is coming out on July 22nd. For those, as you remember from the last time you downloaded it, you got a game when you download the main hub. So that game is called Sun Sun, is what you'll get for free. And then for a limited time, I think it's like 2 weeks after the game comes out, so you have 2 weeks to download it, you can get Street Fighter 2 again.
Do you get both? I mean, if you get
both.
No, I'm saying is like, if you buy the second one, can you get all the ones from the first collection too?
Yeah, but it's another purchase. It's just different. It's its own thing.
Okay, so it's not like those again. It's not like
it's its own loading.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, like
okay.
it would, like so in your.
It's like the Mega Man collection.
It'd be two different ones.
I got you.
Yeah,
okay.
it'd be two different ones.
I got you.
After that, we got a new trailer and a bunch of gameplay for not Dino Crisis, Exo Primal coming in 2023. There's even a Dino survival mode where 2 squads of 5 race to complete objectives, and a closed network test is coming. Sign up now. No, it's not Dino Crisis. Get the fuck out of here.
And it doesn't look fun.
It's free to play. I'll load it up for a day. Then there was a quick little. This is really weird. There was a quick little video about Dragon Dogma's 10th anniversary, and a video is coming on June 16th.
Please be excited for the future video.
It's your showcase. Why aren't you showing it? That made zero sense.
Unless it's like an hour and a half long like documentary video.
Right? Yeah.
If it ends up being that, okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
But if it ends up being like a 10-minute like announcement of like we have new merch or something stupid like it's
but even
gonna
if they're announcing like the sequel or something, like you should have at least teased that. It's your own fucking showcase right now. I don't know. That's so weird. Then let's get into like the actual good stuff here quickly. Resident Evil Village Gold Edition is coming on October 28th. It will include, spoiler alert, the Shadows of Rose DLC. The Mercenaries will get an update where Chris, Carl, and Lady D will be playable, along with additional orders. And a third-person view is being added to the Village campaign.
Y'all can wave goodbye to any future Resident Evil first-person games.
This is the end of it.
That's it.
Which is fine. I enjoyed them for what they were. I'm going to enjoy it again in VR. And also the Shadows of Rose DLC.
Ooh, yeah, excited about that.
Oh man, I'm so pumped. I have to rebuy all this again. Because I sold my Village a long time ago because I beat that so freaking long ago.
I feel like I got that digitally.
Well, now I'm obviously going to get it for PS5 because the VR stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Although the only thing that concerns me because they haven't said is it going to be a separate retail and not be like an update or any, like that will piss me off if I get I'm getting the gold edition for this and then that. But the Shadows of Rose DLC is also all in third person. If you've played Village, it looks fucking wild. It looks so good.
Apparently, like her mind hacks into the bad mushroom.
Yeah.
Is I guess the best way to say that without saying it. So it's one of those things where like also like none of it's actually happening, so they can just do whatever the fuck they want to do, which is probably fun. Like it's a good way to be.
I think that's gonna have some kind of wild twist.
I think that's gonna be the prequel to Resident Evil 9.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Oh yeah, I forgot this part too. The as everyone else did, Resident Evil Reverse is also launching on October 28th.
Sure.
And the 3 seconds they showed, it still looks terrible. I don't even know why even bother. Like
I don't know.
I don't understand I understand you put a lot of money and development into this, but at the same time, why bother?
Well, they have to. I think they have to deliver it to the people who bought the game.
Oh, that's true. Because that's what Village
with.
said. It did include it, right? So okay, that makes sense. Then they just showed the same trailer again for Resident Evil 4 Remake. They just showed a little bit of gameplay after the fact. Looks dark.
It was literally just Leon just walking.
Yeah.
He was walking in the woods and he approached the cabin. End of trailer.
I remember the one thing they were like, "Oh, players know what's happening here," and it's just like, and nothing happened. It's like, well, what the?
Yeah, he's walking to the town. It's like it's the first 5 minutes of the game.
It was so stupid. That was so stupid. And then after that, we found out to conclude the show that Resident Evil 7, 2, and 3 were getting their next gen upgrades right then and there.
Yes, sir.
which, like I said before, I downloaded the one for 3. Whew. I'm playing with the ray tracing. It's incredible.
Yeah, I gotta check. I gotta check 2 out. So I rebought the damn thing. So I gotta fulfill that promise to myself.
And if you did get 7 through the PlayStation Plus collection, you do not get the upgrade. You
Correct.
have to pay. You have to pay for it.
Correct.
You had to have paid for Resident Evil 7 to get the upgrade.
I don't understand how. Again, like I was talking about, playing the Quarry. Like the Xbox One version doesn't have an upgrade, but in the PlayStation it does. But then this one is the other way around. Like I don't understand.
It's so confusing.
All right, we didn't go over Devolver. We didn't do PC games. There's a lot that's in there. But ultimately, I kind of just feel like okay, all the way around. Like honestly, like about the whole Game Fest 2 weeks or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My only thought is, while I dislike E3 for what it's turned into as far as trying to be PAX, I miss E3 because I'd rather get all this shit in like 3 or 4 days than spread out over weeks.
Yeah, I'd rather unpack it over like a crazy 3 days. And then, as opposed to like this, was just like dates and times all over the place. All right. And
Which I feel like
every day is something different.
I feel like I said the same thing like last year when they did this.
Well, you didn't listen.
Clearly.
No. Well,
Keely.
But you know what though? But honestly, but I think a lot of people were prepared for E3 still. So like it was spread out, but not nearly as much as it is this year, because it was still within like a week or so. That majority of like there was like a couple off, but the majority of them were still within a week. Not like this, where like normally Nintendo would have had their direct like on Tuesday, like, but now it sounds like it's coming potentially at the end of the month, like, and then
You would have at least known when Nintendo's Direct was happening.
Well, right, exactly, and then Square Enix would have already done their thing, but now we've got this 10-minute thing tomorrow, and then and then there's actually something at like 11 o'clock tomorrow too that Fu sent me. I forget.
I think it's a Dragon Dogma thing. I think
there's
both.
a Dragon
I think they happened at
Dogma.
the same time.
Well, there's a Dragon Dogma one. I think that one's in the morning.
Yeah,
I think it's 5 p.m. for the because for Japan purposes.
Oh,
Because it's airing at the exact same time worldwide. So I think that's why the Final Fantasy is 5 o'clock here. So it's like in the morning in Japan.
I got you.
Because it's way more important to make sure Japan is time. But like the way it's all like it's all over the frickin' place. Like it's just like, oh, this is crazy. And then Sony, who knows? Sony still might have another thing up their sleeve that, they did the state of play, but it was a third-party state of play and no first-party stuff. I mean, the first party was like just PlayStation VR stuff. And that was it.
Right.
So, like, it was like, so other than that, it's like, okay, well, yeah, we could still get something from them in the next upcoming weeks. Like, yeah, I agree. I miss it sounds like E3 will be back next year. That's what they say.
Yeah, and Keely wants to do Game Fest in person and online next year too. So that's,
and they had their little like.
Oh, they'll play
E3 kind of thing where they played some of these games. Like Street Fighter 6 was playable and stuff.
Sonic Frontiers.
Oh god. Oh my god. It looks so bad.
No. My expectations for Sonic games are none. So, all right. Any final thoughts on this? We need an official. I don't want to even call it Summer Games Fest because it's not even fair. Because only some of the stuff is part of Summer Games Fest, but
the non-E3 E3.
Sure.
That's all I got.
I got nothing. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed.
All right, we're all going to go to bed. We'll see you next time, Stickheads.